Get your truck prepared today. Where the heck is everybody today? Everybody's gone. Dude, where is everybody today? Monty Watson, welcome in. Is today like what's going on today? Like nobody's on social media. Where is everyone? I am not knowing. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Maybe everybody's at work. Maybe that's what's going on. Do. Bum, 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 bum. What's going on, doctor? Fat Dog, welcome in, Fat Dog. How are you? I don't know what we're doing on this live. I'm just bored. I'm on a 34 and I didn't see anybody on social media, so I decided to come on. Hey, what's going on, YouTube? What's going on, YouTube, Facebook, and X? What are you guys all up to today? What's going on, Tania S? 510 Ken, what's up, what's up? Frank 224, welcome in. Jonathan Wright, welcome in. How is everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Uh-oh. An error has occurred. Please try again later. Oh, maybe they took this song off. Dude, I don't know, man. What's up with everybody? How's everybody doing? Missy, welcome in. Nate Holmes, welcome in. How is everybody? What's going on, YouTube, Facebook, X? How are you guys? How's everybody? What are you guys up to? Oh, somebody's in chat. Recovery. Yeah, Dave. Recovery. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Of course, my wife decides to call me right now, right as I start the live. She calls me. Same old, same old. Homily, welcome in. DSK, welcome in. D-Zone, welcome in. Whoop-de-whoop. So, skateboard is recovering right now, in case everybody wanted to know. That's right. What's everybody doing today? I am bored as hell. We are in New Hampshire. You guys want to see? Check that out. Beautiful New Hampshire. Got a little pond. A little pond right there. That's right. Addie, welcome in again. Ronald Diaz 940, welcome in. How's it going, Larry? How you doing over on YouTube? What up, Larry? How are you, man? Hope you're doing well. I'm on a 34, and I just noticed on social media like nobody's doing lives really, so let's get this party started. What's everybody doing on a Thursday night? I am currently in New Hampshire, and I'm on a 34, and I am bored as hell. What's everybody else up to? There are no loads popping, nothing, just garbage out there. So you know what? We're going to sit for half a day, and we're going to wait for something good tomorrow morning. That's right. Ronald, welcome back in. JT Farms, welcome in. How are you? Yes, I did wave at Dora. Hi, Dora. How you doing? Right on, Brandon, TMC driver here. All right. Nice. I can't say what company I'm leased to, but there's about 7,000 drivers who I'm leased to. So I think you might be able to guess. That's right. Fat Dog just gave you a hello wave. Thank you for liking the live, Dora. Appreciate that. Carrie, what's that mean? What's www? W dot what? 250 years. Let's go, America. Hey, let's find 250 politicians that are not representing us out of the 535. What do you think? That's easy to do. Carrie, how old am I? I can't disclose that information. I'm sorry. I can't disclose that information. Sorry. How old are you? Thank you, Dora. Appreciate that. Howie, 2246. Welcome in. Welcome in. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well on this Thursday afternoon. No, Carrie, you're the best. You are the best, Carrie. You're the best. Go ahead, skateboard if you want to. It's all right, Carrie. Don't worry about it. Sorry, everyone. If I'm looking over there talking, it's I'm talking to YouTube, Facebook, and X right here. And just so you guys know, I got TikTok right here. So we're streaming live right now on 4 social media platforms. That's right. We got TikTok, we got Facebook, X, and YouTube. Hey, did you guys know, did you know that on Instagram, if you want to stream on Instagram, you have to have 10,000 followers. That's not easy to do on Instagram either. Try it. Unless you already have it, then I'll just shut up. Let's see. Howie says, why do we need to know? I don't know, man. I don't know, brother from another mother. Ghost Trucker says, howdy. If you are in the Midwest, we are under an air quality condition because of the fire from Canada. I heard that, brother. Keith, yes, I am a truck driver. Correct. Yes. So Ghost Trucker, yeah, my mother-in-law lives in Illinois, and she was telling my wife about all the fires over there. No bueno, man. Let's see, Howie2246, how do we need to unite now? What's the news? Well, we need to unite. Grumpy! Grumpy Giggles in the house. That's right. Um, Hang on one sec. How he says, sorry, my headset sucks. Oh, you're doing talk text, probably, huh? Yeah, Ghost Trucker, drive south, brother. Drive south. Save yourself. Save yourself. Um, let's see. So Howie, thank you, Grumpy. Appreciate it, man. How do we need to unite now? Well, I guess we don't need to do anything. We're free people, but it would be a good idea to unite as truck drivers so that we could get, have less regulation, better quality of life, more home time, better financial income for ourselves. Um, I mean, I don't know about you, but every truck driver I know, we have all earned 3 to 4 times more than what we're making right now. The shippers are, it's disgraceful what they are getting away with, what they're paying. You know what I mean? Shippers are charging the consumer 30% more inflation over the last 3 years, but they're not rolling it down to the small carrier, and they should, or the mega carrier for that matter, and they should. That's the right thing to do, right, YouTube? It's the right thing to do. Keith, yes, I am a truck driver. Correct. Correctamundo. Howie2246. It'll never happen just because too many big mega carriers and companies drivers will never follow. Well, actually, you are wrong, sir. I respectfully disagree with you because truckers are uniting. We have already, do you know it was truck drivers that got Sean Duffy to start researching a lot of different things after that Florida man, or not the Florida guy, but the truck driver that did the illegal U-turn on the Florida and unalived 3 people. That was us that united, that applied pressure to make some change. So yes, it's not happening overnight, but a lot of truck drivers are uniting, and it is happening. So I highly encourage you to get involved too, sir. That's how we push the ball. We the people. Not just me, not just you, but all of us. If we get involved, things will change. You know what I mean? YouTube, who's this? Keith says, so I know, wait, come on, man. No, not hide. Dang it. He says, so you guys are pretty down to earth. What are your thoughts on this war, the flock cameras, or the Charlie Kirk trial? Well, the war. I think Americans are tired of war, right? For one, the flock cameras are no good. To hell with the flock cameras. It's complete surveillance. We don't want to be like China, to answer some of your questions, brother. All right. Um, so yeah, and Howie, just so you know, mega carriers are only 14% of this country. Owner operators and small carriers are 86%. So who cares about the mega carriers anyway? They have a very tiny portion of the freight in the United States of America. Mega carriers don't move the ball. They don't run the country. They don't run the economy. The small mom and pop shop does, actually, is the strength of this country. So who cares? Who cares about mega carriers? TJ, thank you for the follow, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. And as for Charlie Kirk, that's just a tragedy that I don't think we don't feel like that was cool putting that on national TV. I think we're all being programmed for something different here. It's not cool to put. I mean, how would you want if that happened to me or you? Would you want that on national TV for your kids to be able to see that one day? That wasn't cool, man. It's like they're trying to desensitize humans or something. Hmm. Seems a little off. Twiggy says, yeah, we are getting the shaft, but it won't happen because the companies are greedy, bro. But I got you. Right on, man. Well, you know what? If we say it'll never happen, that's true. It'll never happen. But I'll tell you this, man. Twiggy, you are more powerful than any representative within the government. All right. The government listens to you. You don't listen to the government. They are your employee, Twiggy. Wherever you live, bro, those are your representatives. You tell them what your pursuit of happiness is, and they are supposed to go do it. Now, are they doing it? I don't know. I don't know where you live, but I know where I live in Nevada, they're not. So we are uniting, and enough is enough. Howie2246 says, do you know how many people have tried to do this? Um, Probably hundreds, maybe, but we have to try, man. You know, just because a lot of people have tried in the past and failed doesn't mean we shouldn't try, right? Like I think it's all about motivation, man. And maybe where one person failed, maybe the next one will succeed. Who knows? If we don't try and we just accept the way life is, life will continue and it will get worse. I guarantee you one thing about the global elites and the corporate giants and the government. If you just roll over and take it, they'll take more. You know what I mean? Our forefathers didn't leave Britain and sacrifice and do all the things that they did to create the Constitution with God's help for nothing. We have to protect that, man. It is our duty as an American citizen to protect the Constitution at all costs against enemies, foreign and domestic. YouTube says, you make a fair point. Keith says, you make a fair point. Hold on. There's so much suspicion around the case, specifically transparency is probably needed. Yeah, bro, you hit it on the nail. Transparency, man, and just being a decent person is 99% of the problem, right? In the trucking industry. There's just too much lying, man, too much shadiness, and too many people that are not even citizens of this country, like around the globe, that are running part of the American trucking industry that shouldn't, in our opinion. It should be American citizens only for American freight. Howie2246, I hear you. I know what you're saying, but a lot of people that have tried in the past have faded out. Yeah, that's true, man. I know a lot of those people that you're talking about. A lot of the people that you're talking about mentor me to this day. And man, they're rough around the edges, they're pissed off, they're angry, and man, I would be too after 15, 20 years, right? I've only been doing it a year, so I hear what you're saying. But I'm still fresh to the game, so hopefully we can do something. Water is so good on a human day, isn't it? Sally said, protect it against ice or salty. Salty. What do you mean protect what against ice? And we're talking about trucking, not ice. Ice, baby. Howie2246 says the only thing I literally listen to is Bob. Right on. Yeah, Bob knows his stuff. He was on our live yesterday. I don't know if you saw, we were in there were four of us yesterday, or sorry, there were three of us yesterday that were doing a barbecue, not a barbecue. We're handing out food to truck drivers and talking about mental health awareness for truck drivers um, on WeTheTruckers.com, right here, WeTheTruckers.com. And so Freaking Trucking, Sean Whitwood, and myself, we were at three different truck stops yesterday. Bob and Deb Murphy came on the live. We were having a blast for about 2 hours. Yeah, Bob has taught me a lot about trucking advocacy, by the way. Not only that, he's helped me out many times just, driving. Uh, driving can get dark sometime. You're always thinking, right? When you're driving these trucks and you're away from home and you're on the road. And Bob has helped me a few times get out of my own mind and talk me off the cliff, if you know what I mean. Howie says, yeah, I came in for a little bit. Okay, nice. I don't remember, brother. Sorry, but right on. We had a lot of people on there yesterday. That was fun. Uh, let's see. Yeah, when I first got into this a year ago, I had completely forgotten about civics altogether. And Addison on YouTube says, you are doing good. Thank you, Addison. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Um, and I didn't know much about civics, Howie, and Bob actually did a video to help me on Congress and Senate and a lot of other things. A lot of people think, like I thought a year ago, they thought you think the president of the United States is like this big, powerful guy. Yes, he's the president, but actually, who we should be focusing on is Congress and Senate, not President Trump. Don't worry about what he's doing. Worry about our congressmen and our senators, because those are the people that pass laws, right? Those are the people that are screwing up our lives, in my opinion. You know what I mean? So, and why we the American people just keep taking it, I don't know. I've decided to get involved. I'm 1 year into my 15-year advocacy journey. I never served in the military, so I promised 15 years to our country where I'm just going to do my best, and this is my field, right? Trucking. So I'm going to do my best and see where we go. We've already moved the ball a tiny bit. We've already moved it. So proud trucker's wife says that's true. That's right. That's right. Proud trucker's wife. I love to hear that. Mr. Skateboard says and local. That's right. Say it proud. Say it proud. Addison says, I love the video so much. Right on. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Mm-mm-mm. So, how is everybody? It's kind of a slow night, huh? I didn't see anybody on a live earlier. I don't know about you guys. I'm just sitting here bored as usual. Can't find a load. Sucks. It's so miserable when you can't find a load, huh? And we don't pull full cheap or cheap freight, right? We don't pull cheap freight. Hey, that should be a bumper sticker. We don't pull cheap freight. Howie says, I gotta put on fuel. I'll be back in a minute. Right on, man. Yeah, take that dog for a walk. Oh, the one, the only. Grumpy in the house.
What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How are you?
It's been really tired lately.
Really tired?
Oh, yeah, my old liver is giving me the worst end right now. I'm
Man,
tired.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I just do what I gotta do best, and that is just enjoy every day I got it.
That's right. That's right. Hey, do you feel like maybe they're, I don't know, like maybe someone's putting something in the air or the water or the food to make you tired? Or no?
It feels like that time.
It does. It does. It's like ever since the pandemic, it just feels like I rarely have energy, like a lot of energy. It's weird, you
I
know?
know they got some kind of foodborne stuff going around in fruits and vegetables right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah. When I was coming across the 70, my wife was telling me, she said, don't eat anything with what is it, lettuce, strawberries, or blueberries. She's like, there's some kind of virus going on or something. So
Yeah, I don't know what it is exactly, but they're all complaining about how the money for those places stays on is shortened because it's all going to war. Imagine that. Or you've stumbled across about 5 or 6 videos on here.
wow. Wow. Imagine what our world would be like if all people got involved in some way, you know? Imagine, just imagine, and we didn't put up with this kind of crap, you know?
I did, however, find something that was kind of interesting. I shared with Sean.
What's
Uh,
that?
that Trump was signing into effect
What
on
was it?
basically he's had enough of the illegals that drive trucks and he wants them gone.
I saw that.
So he
Yeah,
signed
I saw that.
it in. Yeah.
He veterans, right? He's going to give veterans a CDL or something. Yeah, that's
He
awesome.
wants to hire million full blown genuine Americans in as he can get.
I like that. I think that's great.
That's something that should have happened a long time ago. And then they need to work on how they take care of us at the companies, which I don't know who will take care of that deal, but that's another push. It's another
Right.
big issue we have. Is a lot of these companies think of us as disposable.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, he quit, so I'll just put another one in the seat tomorrow. You know,
When you think of all the problems and how it's become, it's disgusting. I talked to a broker yesterday, um, and he was just telling me like what the shippers think about us and how they literally don't care. He said not all, but most could care less. They don't care if you survive or don't survive. They don't care if, they don't even want to put a porter potty outside for you. 130-degree porter potty. Yeah, they don't even want to do that. You know.
That's why, in a way, I was blessed to be working for Crete, running Walmart freight during the pandemic, because at least I was able to get to a restroom when I needed to.
Right.
But every time you went anywhere in the stores and all that, you had to wear a mask of some sort, which was very annoying.
MCR dispatch says he cares about us, and that's true. The not like I said, MCR, not all shippers are bad. And I'll even say it. Hey, some drivers are bad. Let's get the bad drivers out. Let's get the bad brokers out, and let's somehow apply pressure to the shippers that are bad to make them do better. Because we do need the shippers. They're the ultimate powerhouse. House. You know what I mean? We need the shippers for sure. The shippers and the carriers we need for sure. Those are
Well,
the two that.
look at it this way: they need us, we need them, so we have to work together. That's how it should be.
That's right.
And I was watching a video earlier. This fellow was basically driving a Class B type truck, and the shipper he went to pick up at kicked him out because he got mouthy with him because he wasn't listening because it was in New York, and I guess in this certain area it's underneath of a building and you're not supposed to idle your truck. And he was idling his truck, and they had a big old clash out on that deal. And I guess he thought it was okay, and he was recording all of it, making it look like he was the good guy. Which, after watching it, I was like, no, because I mean, I've been to New York a long time ago, and I've been to other places where it says no idling. Like if you go down inside the caves, it says no idling.
Yep.
Once you're parked, shut the truck down. No, you can't even run your APU.
Right.
You have to roll your window down and enjoy the cool.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like I don't know. I was taught as a little kid, don't do something to someone else that you wouldn't want done to you, right? So,
Exactly.
when they're done with work and they go get in their car and they drive home, do they turn their AC on in their car? You know? So it's crazy, man. I don't know. What are we gonna do? Yeah. Coronado 1115. How you doing, man? How you doing? Hey, Dora Rebecca, how you doing? Oh,
Sure,
there
she disappeared.
she did. It was a she, right? Yeah.
Proceeded as well.
uh,
Anymore? You never
this is true. This is true. Over on YouTube, Jose says our politicians are our savers. In them we trust. He's being a smartass. Pass time for a change. Welcome to the team. He also says he said supply and demand capitalism is awesome. Yeah, you're funny, Jose. Ha ha ha. He says I'm glad that you fight for the regular truck driver. Keep up the good fight. You are welcome, Jose. Thank you for saying thank you. That's right. So yeah, that was pretty fun being at the Indianapolis Capitol the other day. That was pretty interesting. Yeah. Junior says, what's that?
interesting facts. They had a lot of interesting artifacts that were up there too.
That's right.
Especially, I didn't know that they had taken um, Lincoln's memorial through there whenever they was taking him to bury him.
Yeah, that was cool, huh? That was cool. Nate M says hello over on YouTube. Hello, hello. Groff is showing us a flag of Russia. Right on. We love Russia. Yeah, man. Sean and I, we're doing a tour around the whole country, man. We're gonna start showing people some awesome things. And our main focus, our main goal is to inspire people and motivate people and show people, hey, if a family man feeding 6 people can work 90 hours a week and do this stuff, so can other people. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
I know what a lot of people are thinking, like, I have bills to pay, I have to work, I don't have time to get involved, I just want someone to fix it. But that's the thing. Nobody is going to fix it. They love it the way it is. They love it. You know, I
Yeah.
I imagine Grumpy like a year ago when I was protesting in DC trying to talk to Trump. I bet you like I was a desperate man. I was pissed off, wanted change, and I bet you they were all inside the White House laughing, thinking, "Oh man, we've designed it perfect. Oh, this guy's paycheck to paycheck. He's barely getting by. Guys, we did it. We did it. Paycheck to paycheck. This is great." You know?
That's kind of what have always said is we the people out here are like the little pawns on a chessboard. Yes, you can put the king in check with a pawn,
That's right.
but you got to know how. You have to be very, very good at chess.
Right.
So it just like with us fighting for this right here, it would take just the right move, and we'll have it.
Right.
You
Right.
just got to get that right move in there.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what I keep telling everybody. Jose says over on YouTube, we love the truth. That's right. And then Graf is speaking in Russian or Ukrainian. Hey, I wonder, is Russian and Ukrainian the same, like spelt out? I think it is, huh?
I believe they speak the same tongue.
Right. It's like the language is a different dialect, but I think the writing is the same. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice, man. I mean, just imagine if we pulled out of every country and we stopped being the police for the world, we stopped giving the money, our money, to the world, and we started keeping our money in this world. Guys like you that have already put in your 20 years, start giving you a pension, full medical dental, like we should. We should be paying you back. Huh?
It would be wonderful.
I know it would. And that's what you've earned. It's not even that you deserve it. You've earned that for yourself. You've already tore your body up trucking for so long. You've already been through all the hell and, not getting any sleep and all that. How's it going, Matthew? So it's time for you to have a good life now and enjoy life and go on vacation and whatever the hell you want to do. Hobbies that you thought of while you were I'm sure when you were working for 20 years, you thought of a ton of things you'd like to do, right? When you retire.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
Lots and lots.
Yeah, because that's how I think. When I'm trucking down the road and I see families in, RVs and guys with boats, and I'm driving by lakes and I see all these men fishing, and I'm just like, man, that would be great to do all that. You know what I mean?
That's something I haven't done in 16 years is wet a fishing pole.
Man, just go fishing. Hell yeah. Let's see. Jose says they use division among us. They use division among us, regular people, to go against each other. That's right, Jose. I was watching a video today. Did you see that in and out video of a bunch of white guys and black guys fighting? That's all designed. That's it. They're trying to get it in your head. They're trying to make the skin color mean something, right? So if you're black, you get angry at the whites, and if you're white, you get angry at the blacks. But that's not how I think, right? I think, okay, who started what? And it doesn't matter what color started it. Like, what's the problem here? What happened here? Nothing to do with the skin color, but like what happened here to get them to fight. I think it was like a race thing. I'm not sure, but the video went viral. It's like I know for a fact they have a button and they make all that shit. Whatever they want to program us, that's what goes viral. That's a fact. you know
You're right.
so I don't give them the pleasure, man. Like on the main TikTok board, I go to my friends list and I start scrolling. When I'm doom scrolling, I don't go on the regular FYP page and start. I don't give them the satisfaction anymore.
Yeah.
Like, screw you guys.
By the way, I sent you a message here a while back. Sean sent me already, but you haven't done it yet.
What's
And I
that?
plan on trying to make a video starring you and Sean and me.
Oh, nice.
I need to have a photo of you standing straight, upright, facing your camera, and just kind of not too far in the distance, but just where it'll catch the whole you standing up, and then I can create a video that'll help us out.
Okay. Yeah. You want me smiling, not smiling? What? Looking mad, angry?
You, I
What?
mean, You can look whatever you want to do. If you want to look happy, that's fine.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, Sean gave me a couple poses standing by some rail cars, so works for me. That's how I created him sitting in that seat that day.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool, man. I don't know how to do all that stuff, but
Well, I do.
yeah.
I say I can create some really good stuff, and I can try to get some stuff going where people can see it,
Yeah.
and maybe that'll help out some too.
Yeah.
So hang on.
So yeah, everyone, we're gonna be putting feed the truckers and talk about mental health awareness for truck drivers. You can go to wethetruckers.com if you want to check it out. It's 120 pages, really easy to read, or there's an audio version for you truck drivers also. So you can just listen to it as you go down the road. Wethetruckers.com is where you can find it. Sean, well, I won't say anymore, but it's great. A lot of truck drivers go through this, and it's hard to talk about, right? Um, and it's hard to trust people, right? When you talk about these things, not all of us have someone to talk to. Um, so yeah, it's a pretty cool thing. Once a month, we're trying to get truck drivers uh, that want to get involved once a month on the 15th of every month, get together at the truck stops and for, 2, 3 hours, just have a good time, feed each other, talk, unite, band together, and get this done. If we can unite and band together, we can literally have everything we want. But as we stay selfish and secluded, and we just stay in our trucks and we don't talk to each other, our mental health goes down, our happiness level goes down, your dopamine and serotonin in your brain go down. Um, God didn't design us to just doom scroll all day. I don't know about you guys, but when I talk to people, I feel better. When I just scroll and I stay to myself, depression sets in. I'll be honest. I'm not too afraid to say it. It's not good. No bueno.
Yep, you're actually right.
Yep. Everything all right? The home front?
Oh yeah, our big dog. She's a great Pyrenees. She's getting old. She wanted in the house to start pouring down rain. That's what my wife was like. She said that word real quick accidentally. She didn't mean to.
It's all good. You're in Oklahoma, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
After girl 47 years.
Nice. Nice. Leprechaun says, I'm always around if anybody needs to talk or vent. Always, I'm in Discord a lot. Thank you for that, Leprechaun. We appreciate it, man. Yep. That's right. I'm remembering now. That's right. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So see, what's his name earlier was saying that truck drivers will never unite, but that's an example right there. See, if we focus on what the global elites want to program us, if we focus on what they're programming us, yes, everything's screwed up, everything is negative, there's no hope, screw it all, just be a robot, let's just be China, right? But that's not the fact. It's like a lot of people say there aren't patriots in this country anymore. That's not true either. I know a ton of patriots that would trade their life for this country, for the idea of what this country stands for, right? Patriotism is there. You just got to find it.
Where'd they go?
All right, let's see. Chef uh, Gref, I think I said that right, over on YouTube says, I hope everything goes well for you. Jose says, have to go back to local driving. Have a great day, guys. Currently 105 degrees in Ontario, California. All right, Jose, have a great drive, man.
I believe it. It's pretty hot out there.
Dude, 105. You know what though, Grumpy? It's hotter where you're at actually with the humidity you deal with, man. It's worse.
Yeah,
You know?
it is exactly. We've been getting a little bit of rain every now and then. It just be rain. Today's rain.
So
Making the grass grow, it cools the temperature down some.
yeah, so I grew up in Los Angeles County, right? Southern California, and people would talk like my grandparents, they were from Louisiana, and they would always talk about the humidity. And I would always think, they don't know what they're talking about. This is hot as hell, because LA gets up to like 120 in the summer. And yes, Dave, that was Jose on YouTube. Uh, anyways, so I when I first started my business, I moved to Chicago, right, for a couple of years, and the humidity in Illinois, oh my gosh, I lasted 2 years. I got out of there and I came back to the West Coast. I couldn't do it, man. I don't know how you boys do it. Oklahoma and everything east of Oklahoma, north and south of Oklahoma, forget it, forget it.
Uh,
Nope.
it's even worse down there in the Gulf area whenever you go down to Houston area.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, see,
summer before last, and it was, well, the temperature was 101. The humidity heat index was about 10 more degrees, so it was close to 111. I was like, good grief, I went out of here.
jeez, jeez. So check this out. Leprechaun says, okay, this is funny, man. Leprechaun, it's funny you bring that up. Everybody in Illinois said that. And I don't know if you know this, but I'm gonna teach you something, okay? He says in the chat, I'll keep the humidity over the dry heat. Everyone in Illinois said that. There were a ton of Illinois people, my neighbors, that would say, they'd say, "Oh, I don't want nothing to do with that dry heat that y'all have on the West Coast." And they've never been to the West Coast, right? So they all they know is humidity in the Midwest. Well, guess what, brother? Leprechaun, I don't know if you've ever been to dry heat, but dry heat is just heat. It's literally just heat. Okay? That's all it is. Ah, sorry. Sorry about that. Sean was trying to call me. Um, okay. Humidity, though, is dry heat on top of wet heat. So it's worse. Humidity is worse than dry heat. I'm telling you. Hold on. I'm just going to text Sean real quick, let him know I'm on a live.
Out there in the dry heat. And other than just basically keeping your skin operated, that's about the worst there is.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. That dry heat, man. Dave says Missouri too said same stuff. Yeah, Missouri. Oh man. Yeah, I can't do the humidity, man. Um, Ryan says sorry, I've been MIA.
Green country.
The what now?
Hey, Sean.
There he is.
This is basically the green country area, which is really humid. Really humid.
Oh, Leprechaun says he's been coast to coast. I can't breathe in dry heat. I get nosebleeds. Oh, okay. I stand corrected, sir. My apologies.
Really.
That's what he said. My second son is like that.
Because most people that are real.
Yeah, crazy.
Most people that usually want to live in the dry area, so they're going to breathe better.
Right. Box Truck Tony says, I live in Arkansas. Box Truck Tony, you are a better man than me, sir. And Ryan, it's okay. We were wondering.
Neighbor.
Ah, Ryan says, sorry, I've been MIA. App was soon to release to beta. Nice. And it's okay, Ryan. We were worried about you, wondering where you are. But we're back. We're glad you're back. It's okay. A lot of people come and go. Grumpy too. Grumpy's here one day, then he's gone for a couple days. You know, it's all good.
Yeah. Depending on how I feel, I show up when I can. I missed the meeting yesterday because I was asleep.
That's all good, man. Yeah,
I'll try to catch it.
we don't take anything personal, man.
That's crazy. Ryan's on here. I was just talking to I was in Indiana at a rest area and one of the Greek persons that does stuff in the rest area. And I actually mentioned, you know, there's this guy that's actually building an app to show truck drivers that's on the mic. And the lady's like, yeah, this sounds great. I actually sent it to her. So it's cool. I was actually going to text Ryan here in a little bit to let him know that hopefully he gets a page out on it. But that's awesome. So at least I can tell him all live.
Sweet. Yeah, Ryan does. Ryan hasn't given me his phone number. Yeah, you don't trust me. I wouldn't either. Dora Rebecca, welcome in. Sorry about that last time you came up. We got to you right when you got off. We tried to get to you. Dora. Dora. Dora's MIA. Let's see. Ryan, what are you doing? You want to come up? Tell us about how far you've gotten with the app. Oh, there he is, I bet. Nope. Never mind. All right, Dora, come back and see us. I think you have a bad connection. Um, Sean, where'd you say you were?
I'm in Iowa now.
Yeah.
So you eating hot dogs today?
You're funny. You know what, bro? You're on a fucking roll this whole week, aren't you? This whole week, you're just on a roll. This guy, bro. No, dude, look. I didn't, yeah. Anyways, no. We won't do that again. Next time we're going with what like freaking did, dude. We're gonna have burgers, chips. We're gonna have a cooler with ice. We're gonna do it right. We're gonna have a few chairs. We're gonna do it right this time, and we're gonna have a banner. Look at, I got a banner ready to go. I got a bunch of stencils, so I'll put something on this. I don't know what yet. Uh, I swear that the whole day, right? I've been sitting here at this at the where I delivered at this Coast. I've been sitting here the whole day pretty much. Not no phone calls, but now I get on a live. Everybody and their brother's trying to call me. Right? Every time. Every time. All right, where'd everybody go? Let's see. Let's see. So yeah, Coronado 1115. By the way, that's my favorite. That's my dream truck, Coronado. I think they stopped making them in 2020, right? So they're really expensive now. You can get your hands on one. They're super expensive. Um, Thoughts on autonomous semis? Just say no to autonomous. We don't want autonomous. Um, they're not safe. Has anybody thought about how they can be hacked into? This is when we're talking about the American economy, we're talking about national security, right? All the different bases that, we're moving equipment from one base to the next, all the different hazmat supplies that we have moving from one side of the country to the other, or even city to city. So anything can be hacked, right? If it's electronic, there are smart people out there that they can hack into things. An autonomous vehicle is no different. Look at the flock cameras already. There's certain law enforcement that are like spying on their ex-girlfriends or their wives, spying on them, looking through the cameras, seeing what people are doing. They say that they're what is it? LR, right? Automatic license plate reader. But they're not just that. They also have facial recognition. Go walk by a flock camera and you'll see the red light go on, and it'll follow you. It'll track you. So that's our thoughts on autonomous, man. No, thank you. But when it comes to freight and it comes to an 80,000 pound piece of machinery, heavy equipment, just say no to autonomous. Not only that, you're talking 2 million Americans putting them out of work. Is that smart? What about the mechanics? What about the truck stop cashiers? What about all the waitresses? What about the janitors that clean the truck stops? What about the maintenance guys the road maintenance guys, right? So there's a lot of different things to autonomous where, as usual, 2,000 people are going to get richer than they already are, and millions are going to suffer. That's not cool. What do you think, YouTube? YouTube, Facebook, and X. What do you guys think about autonomous trucks? Do you think that that's a good idea? What do y'all think? Let's see. Yeah.
It's just like that video I shared with you, John, that Eli Sayo. That's an actual movie that came out 2013, I believe it was. What I've seen on there. I watched it the other night. Yeah, well, it's slowly coming that way where all the ones that have a lot of money move out on the space station. All of us that don't out here on Earth to fit for ourselves. They have the robots run our lives.
Right. Right. And they always disguise it. There's two things that you're being bullshitted with. If anybody tries to disguise it with safety or comfort, it's bullshit. It's for their comfort, not for yours. You know what I mean? I've raised a family with Detroit, so I ain't gonna say nothing bad about them. I've raised a family with it.
I ain't got nothing wrong with the 66. I ain't got no problem with them. A buddy of mine's got them, and he believed in them. I got another buddy that had one in a Freightliner XL Classic.
Nice.
All year, he drove that truck for 1 million miles. He run overhead every year. The only thing he ever changed on that thing was an alternator and a water pump for a
Right.
1 million miles. Now he had the bottom end run at 600,000, but he did his overhead every year.
Wow. Every year?
He got over 1 million miles on it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Every year he had the overhead run. Overhead.
I thought, like,
The overhead on my truck run every year.
from what I understand, you do an overhead with a Detroit at 1 million, 900 or 1 million, and anything else is pretty much 700, 800,000. You know, a Cat, a Cummings, whatever.
Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that.
Hmm.
That's why you see people sitting on the side of the road with a rod stuck to the block.
Right.
Run your overhead every year, because this is called a peace of mind.
That's expensive. Who the hell can afford
That's what
that?
it's called.
That's expensive.
It don't cost me $300. It don't cost me $300 to do the overhead.
Or you can do it yourself. Just get under there.
I'm talking about overhead now. Just run your valves and all that, and your jakes and all that.
Huh.
Why don't I do it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't do it because I'm 60 years old, and I got a good mechanic that built this motor, and I let him do it.
Man, that's funny. That's funny.
You pretty much teach anybody how to run an overhead. It's pretty easy. You know, the other gauges, the book, and follow the instructions. It's not really that hard to plug. It's something that you can really mess up. You really can't mess it up if you follow along the instructions of how to do it. But yeah, we do ours every 100K. Sometimes a little less.
Damn.
You can listen to a cat engine. You can tell. Yeah, I think I got a rock. Yeah, it's a little bit out of it.
Yeah, they'll clatter. If you hear them clatter, and if you listen to your breathers, which I got big breathers on the side of my truck, you can hear it go right through that breather. When it's popping back, that means the exhaust valve is not closed.
You know what? I was thinking of an in-frame. That's what I was thinking of. You're right. Overhead. I thought it was every 200 or 300,000.
Hey, I changed the rod bearings and main bearings in this truck,
Yeah.
and they look like they look. This was at 750,000 miles. I changed the bottom end on it.
Right.
The bearings look just like they did the day I put them in. They didn't have a scratch on them one.
Wow. Wow.
And I run mobile bell vacuum. And I did put cat. Every part that's in this truck is cat. They no aftermarket, and it's cat. Cost a little more, but hey, it's a peace of mind, you know.
Man, I need to get my ass to the shop then. I just ran 300,000 on this truck without an overhead. No bueno. I thought it was every 250, 300, and I'm almost to 300. I'm just lucky, huh? Nothing's happened.
For peace of mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I run it every year. Once a year, run the overhead. It's just a peace of mind.
Right.
I mean, you hear these X15, you hear about these X15s. They say, oh, you don't have to run the overhead for 500,000. No, don't believe that shit. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, they want you to have a catastrophic failure. Yeah.
Exactly. A buddy of mine, he's got a 2025 or no, a 20 or 2024 Peterbilt.
Right.
March 2023. Let me get this right. It's got the X15 in it. At 468,000 miles, drop rod, drop silver.
Yeah,
Come on, man. 468,000 miles.
I know. Man, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed I've gone this long. Hey, Coronado, don't worry. I'm gonna get it done in the next couple days. Either tomorrow or Monday. One of the two. Damn. I thought I all these years. Night huh?
What motor you got in it?
DD
Your head's off or if your overhead is off a little bit, you actually burn more fuel. So we seal it overhead, like you said, once a year.
I mean I'm getting great fuel. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you probably, if you try to not that long or if you go that long on your bed, you'll get better when after you get it done. I guarantee you'll get better fuel.
Right. Like a mile more or something. Nice.
It can be more than that. It all depends on how far the exhaust valve. So when the exhaust valves, don't go all the way down, and you get that escaping fuel gets sunburned, right? So those are your, once you get it all set right, the burn it's supposed to, the fuel burn where it's supposed to burn at for the end. If that makes sense.
You know what it is on my 2014, my first truck I had, it was a 2014 Freightliner Cascadia DD15. I got an overhead on it, and about 2 weeks, not even like 4 or 5 days later, I blew a rod, right? And they wouldn't take responsibility. Exactly. They wouldn't take responsibility for it. I didn't have money to take them to court, nothing. It was the Freightliner in Reno. That's why I'll never go there again. Velocity. And Velocity's had, you know what? I'm just going to shut up now. I'm not going to say any more. But uh, I don't like to talk poorly about anybody, but I will tell you this. I will never do business with Velocity Truck Centers the rest of my life. I like, what are they called? Premium Truck Group, I think, out of Salt Lake. They're great, man. They're like 125 out the door an hour. They do it quick, they do it fast, they do great work. But yeah, Freightliner, the Freightliner I went to, man, they blew my motor. But I was out of business for about 4 months. It was horrible, man. Horrible.
It's best. It's best. It's best to have your engine totally cold when they run overhead because they get a true reading when it's totally cold. When it's hot, the valves are still
So
get a true reading on it.
so wherever I go, should I like be there that night, spend the night, and then in the morning check in, huh? Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better to run one cool, run it cool it like early in the morning. Let them run it while the motor is not hot.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Coronado says yes. He says Freightliner, Salinas, and Kansas are the best. Okay. Which what are they called actually though?
You what?
Oh, I was asking Coronado. He says go to Freightliner in Salina, Kansas. He said they're the best. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I get mine. I can get mine done, and my motor is so much quieter.
Really?
After it's done, it's like driving a total different truck.
Wow. Runs smoother, huh? Truck Center. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Truck Center.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I highly encourage anybody if you're ever thinking of Velocity Truck Centers. I told you what happened to me. I mean, that's pretty shady too to do that to a man. You know what I mean? You have millions of dollars and you don't want to take responsibility. Not cool. That's how they be, though.
I had a '91 Peterbilt, and it had a big model cat in it. I loved that truck. I had a 13 double over in it. That was a triple digit truck. That something would fly.
What was the tranny?
When
How
I
many
was in
speeds?
Virginia, how long was it?
No,
It was
no.
a 65 wheelbase.
How many speeds was it? What was the transmission?
It It was a double 9 over.
Mm,
13 back box put on the transmission. It was a 13 double over.
nice.
It had more gears. It had more gears than it did speedometer.
Right.
I was getting my oil changed up here in Virginia, and a rookie cross-threaded my fuel filter on my frame. I walked out there and I told him, I said, that fuel filter's cross-threaded. He said, no, it's not. I said, yeah, it is. I'm not lying. Well, when I pulled out the shop, the motor went dead, sucking air.
Wow.
There was some mechanic come out there. Well, they messed up my house, and well, then he wound up getting a filter to stay on there. But one mechanic, the head mechanic that night, he said, well, what you need to do is take that with a grain of salt. I told him, I said, I tell you what, big boy. I said, let me go in here and take this torch and cut all your tools up, and you take it with a grain of salt. I said, that's my livelihood you're messing with.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't mess with a man's money or his woman. Those are the two things you don't mess with. Coronado says, let me ask you this. So I always heard everyone I've ever talked to has always said like Freightliner, if you're looking for an economical truck, Freightliner is like for mega carriers for it's like the Honda Accord of cars, right? But for trucks basically. Like you just do an oil change, you'll go to a million, 1.2, 1.3 million miles. But a Peterbilt, a Kenworth, a Volvo, they only go about 7 or 800,000 miles, right? So, but Coronado just said yeah, that's what I've always heard. I don't know if that's why I'm asking you guys if that's true or not. What do you think?
I got a 97 Kenworth. This truck's got over 4 million miles on it.
So, when did you do your first in frame? That's what I want to know. Oh, he's gonna come up.
The man I bought this truck from, he ain't done anybody. He had
Hey, how's it going, Coronado?
work done on it.
Okay.
And when I bought it from him, he had the warranty work done on it for like 5 years. 5 years he had the warranty work done on it. Well, I didn't. He said they did a total length frame, but they didn't. They only cut 2 holes.
See, man,
Warranty work.
bro, how is this even possible? This kind of shit, you know? Yeah.
I was just saying the problem I had with Freightliner is the dealers. They just like I don't know. They be lying like a whole lot. I know like I've got family friends that they own Peterbilt and Kenworth. Like you go to a Peterbilt dealership or Kenworth,
Uh-huh.
it's just like as if like it's they're like your business partner. You know, like they want you like out running making money. And Freightliner, like they want you down. They just like like I don't know. They just
Huh.
they just want to like steal your money or something.
Right. And overcharge you. Overcharge you and keep you coming back. And they want to fix shit that isn't broken.
Just the mindset they have.
Right. How many times have you gone into Freightliner?
Truck there, you just go there. That's great.
Right.
Freightliner dealers,
Right. Yeah, I love the trucks. I don't love the service at all with Freightliner. The only good experience I've had really with Freightliner is Premier Truck Groups out of Salt Lake. They've always treated me really good. Really, really good. Thank you, Coronado. But
if you can find a good dealer, then like you just stick with them. That's good.
yeah. I mean, later, once my kids are out of the house, then I was thinking about getting a Kenworth or a Peterbilt. But I was always under the understanding that,
But like,
you know,
but like I heard about my cousin was telling me he just bought a PACCAR. They got this new program, like you know how people like say PACCAR they don't last like 400 or 500. Well, like PACCAR, they got this new program now. Like, if the truck goes down, you just like bring it to them. They put you in another truck right away, so you keep running.
Was that like leasing a truck, you mean, or what are you talking about?
No, they just they're trying to get their reputation back. You know, like people, everybody thinks or says like a PACCAR is junk, whatever. So they got this new program. Like if truck goes down, like they're not gonna make you wait. They're gonna put you in another truck and keep running. You know, while they're working with it.
Wow. Damn.
Yeah, that's PACCAR. Yeah.
Pat Car, that's an international or no?
No, that's a Peterbilt and Kenworth.
Wow. Okay. I thought those were all Cummings. No?
Oh, now pretty. I think the future is PACCAR. They're gonna stop putting Cummins and Peterbilts and Kenworths because PACCAR owns both the brands, so they want to have their motor in there. You know, they don't want like Cummins. That's gonna be down the road. So I don't know what Cummins is gonna do. Maybe they're gonna be like Cat, like make their own truck or something. But I think it's gonna be PACCAR in the near future. You know,
I
since
think
PACCAR owns both the brands. You know.
I think the better thing to do would be lease a truck, but I'm not trying to constantly run 4 or 5 thousand miles a week to pay for it. You know what I mean? Man, we need rest. Us truck drivers need rest, bro. This shit's crazy. 70 hours a week. Like, I don't know why as Americans we're flexing that we have 2 or 3 or 4 jobs, right? That's what everybody's doing. Everybody's like, "Oh, I got a second job to pay for inflation."
Everything is just so expensive. Like you just gotta run, and like you don't have time to like enjoy it.
That's what I'm
Everything is
saying.
just out of control. You know.
Yeah, it is out of control, man.
Food, fuel, rent, everything.
And people are doing it. People are putting up with it. In Italy, there were 75 cities that the public shut down about a month ago. 75 cities. You probably didn't see it on social media or the news, did you? Of course not. Yeah, look it up. Yeah, 75 cities in Italy. They all protested and they just stopped working. They said, "Screw this, man. What is the point in life just to work like a slave?" Actually, even slaves back in the day, they always got shelter, food. They didn't have to worry about it. You
Right.
know,
Like the time. They had shelter. They had shelter. They had food. They had a health care, free health care, by the way.
boom.
And now we got to pay for it.
And we pay for everybody else's too. Like,
So we're really not free. The rich in America is getting rich, man, every day.
did you know that is not real? We pay for their health care. Do you know that? That's a nice feeling, isn't it? I haven't had medical for my family for 15 years. But these are the things, man. This is why we protest so much. This is why we do what we do, man. I hope that we really can motivate people. I think that we are. And I don't think Americans are going to take it much longer. From what I hear, I don't know about you guys. Every single place, like right now, I'm in New Hampshire, right? I was talking to the guys on the dock earlier. They're fed up. Like everybody is just fed up and sick of it. You know, not much longer, man. It's coming. And I'm happy for that. I'm glad for that. I hope Americans do get involved, you know?
You go see Bernie while you're there.
See who?
Bernie.
Bernie.
If you're in New Hampshire, that's where Bernie Sanders from.
Oh, man. Oh.
Now all these politicians making money and no class is out here struggling.
Do you know what we did to representatives 200 years ago that were treasonous or created tyranny for the American people? Let's not say on TikTok, but Yeah. I think we need to go back to firing them instantly.
I think that's where the founders messed up. They didn't put in the term limit for the Congress and Senate.
Absolutely. I'm with you there. And when you're in Congress or Senate, you shouldn't be able to have.
30, 40, 50 years. Yeah.
And when you're in Congress and Senate, you shouldn't be able to have inside trading. Yeah.
Graham just died. He's been there for 30 years.
Russia. Russia. Oh, sorry. Russia. Yeah, Lindsey Graham had a sudden illness, right? Yeah. Had nothing to do with
I
Russia.
don't know what happened there. All of a sudden,
Yeah, don't
all
look at
of a
Russia.
sudden, like he was okay.
Don't look at Russia, bro.
Yeah.
Don't look at Russia.
Yeah, he was in Ukraine. He knew that, right? Yeah, he came back and like all of a sudden he no more. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wait till I get back to Washington, D.C. When I get back, he never made it back, did he?
No, he didn't.
I swear he made it.
George says this guy who is running in my district is Ohio former CDL driver and steel worker. Wow, what's his name, George? Wow, that's awesome. Iceman says I'm a liberal, land Illinois for now. Too much. Yeah, I'm confident that the American people. What? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's all about the money. Look what they did to the guy in Kentucky. They just like he wasn't gonna lose. I forgot his name, but like they brought in so much money from outside and he lost.
Yeah. Well, there should
What was
be.
his name? I forgot his name.
I don't know, but we should have a law. We should have a law. If you are a representative, you are not allowed, period, end of story. You're not allowed to make more money than we get your salary that we, the people, give you, which I think Congress, it's what, 167,000 a year, I think. I make 120 and I raise a family of six. I support six people on 120 grand a year. So how can they not do it on 160? Okay, and they're saying that's not enough money. I do. I support six people on 120 a year, so I call it bullshit.
Well, not to mention the kickbacks that they get.
Well, that needs to be illegal.
I was wrong. Bernie Sanders says Vermont.
I think they should
Bernie
get
Sanders.
sometime in life. It'll be a short term, you know what I mean? They'll not want to be elected anymore,
Yeah. And I want public cameras in every office in the United States. If you are a representative, I want a dash cam in your office. I want to hear everything you're saying. I want to see everything you're doing because you are a public figure, right? You are working for the people. If you are working for the people, that's right. If you thank you. I was looking for the word. If you are a public servant of ours, you are to be under constant surveillance. Not when you go home. When you go home, that's your private time. But when you're at work, when you're in DC, we want cameras everywhere. You want to put flock cameras on our ass? No, 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 no. We put government flock cameras on you. And any of us, if you're an American citizen, you're able to type it in. You have a username and a password. Your password is your social security number or something, whatever. You know what I mean? And bam. Or your driver's license number. Bam. You're able to watch and listen. Past time for a change. Welcome in.
I just came up to annoy the crap out of you and tell you the like, share, and comment thing is still in the way.
There. How's that?
That thing is such a pain in the ass.
Hey, here we go. Watch this. Boop. Look at that. Gone. Gone. What can I say? What can I say?
I'm getting ready to hang to head up the big path up here. It's gonna say poof gone. So
Yeah.
I just came up to annoy you for a minute.
Nice. Nice. I came to your live earlier, bro. I gave you 1,000 likes, shared it, all that good stuff. I was commenting like crazy and you were gone. I don't know where you were.
I wasn't even there, dude. I turned on the music and left.
Oh man. I kind of figured you were messing with it.
Actually get the new account out because I'm not gonna be doing actual lives on this account. I'm gonna be doing them on the other account, which is gonna be being ran from home from a laptop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a lot more control. And I'm not gonna block anybody anymore. You're gonna be at the bottom. You ain't gonna be able to talk no more. Like
Sweet.
that's it.
That's how we do it.
So you can't say shit to me.
That's how we do it. Hey, Jose over on YouTube says,
I'm here to educate, but
he says some people like dry heat and some like humidity. but we all like truckers unite now. That's right, Jose. That's a great answer. Truckers unite now. Now, please. Yep. I love it. Refined by Fire says, can we fix peeing in the parking lots too? What do you mean by can we fix peeing? You mean drivers peeing in the parking lot? What if that's what you're talking about? What would say to you, my friend, is you can hold people accountable if you choose to. You can make the difference instead of looking for somebody else to make the difference. Because I'll tell you this: if I see a driver littering or peeing or doing something like that, I'll speak up and say something like, "Yo, what are you doing, dude? That's disgusting." I'll make them feel like shame because we should, right? We got to hold our people accountable. If we want a nice society, if we want a beautiful country, we have to make it beautiful. We can't expect other people to do it because no one's coming. No one's coming to save us. Nobody. It's us, man. All right. Let's see. Amlin. Should I give Amlin a shot? Oh, 53 following. Sorry, Amlin. I don't we don't bring people up that don't. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, never mind. Amlin says, hi, I'm looking for my first truck dispatcher job. All right. Let's see what Amlin has to say. Amlin, be a good boy, okay? Please. Here we go. Here we go. Where is he? Oh, he took off. All right, Amlin, I tried to bring you up. I know. Oh, here he is. Let's see what this man has to say. It is. It is. Amlin, how you doing? Amlin, can you hear us? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You know,
Good, man. So what do you mean you're looking for your dispatcher job, or you're trying to be a truck driver?
I have already completed the truck dispatch training. I live Kenya, Nairobi. So I'm looking for my first truck dispatch job. Is there anybody who's in here knows
Uh,
any carrier or any operation operator? Contact me the this.
no, you have to be a United States citizen to be a dispatcher for American freight. Are you in America or are you in Kenya?
Bit.
Where are you at? Okay, I don't know where he went. All right, well then there's that. Let's see. All right, Jose says on YouTube. Jose says no, not a good idea. AI not the greatest invention. AI not the greatest invention. The Terminator. I'll be back. I'll be back. Yeah, I think it's getting to that, huh? What do you guys think about AI?
Pretty cool.
Yeah, you think it's pretty cool?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think politicians should be able to use AI just for my thought. AI's it's got some decent features to it, right? But now if politicians actually use it to, I call it prey on honest people, right? So they can find out what's the worst thing, what's going on in their community or their state, and how politicians are, right? They'll feed off of that to get elected, and then when they get elected, they don't actually do what.
You're breaking up, Sean. Oh,
Our
wait.
politicians should have that kind of control with it. The only reason why I say that is because so I don't think politicians should have the power with it because then they just send out messages that they don't really mean. It's just sitting in my head.
Right.
Why they call politicians?
Well, I don't know, man. Being a politician used to be in the late 1700s, it used to be, you had a lot of pride, you had a lot of integrity. and it was an honor, you know, like serving in the military, fighting for your country if somebody were to try to attack it. You know, like if I were okay, I live in Reno, Nevada, right? If I and in Reno in Nevada, we have two districts, right? We have Northern Nevada and Southern Nevada because we don't have a huge population. If I were to run for Northern Nevada, right? I would actually represent my people, even if it went against what my opinion was or my ideas are. I have to be biased for my people, right? They hire me, they vote me in for me to do what they say, not for me to get rich, not for me to take care of my family, not for me to do what I think Nevada needs. It doesn't matter what I think Nevada needs, Northern Nevada. It matters what all the people in Northern Nevada think Northern Nevada needs. And the same in your district. It's the same thing, but that's not what they're doing today, right?
They say what you want to hear to get in, and after they get in, and then they do their own thing.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, that's why Sean and I are taking a different approach. Instead of, you know, trying to talk to politicians directly. I mean, we're still trying to do that, right? But they gaslight you. Anytime you write them an email, call them, they gaslight you a lot of the time. They placate you a lot of the time. But then when you actually meet your representatives, guess what they tell you? Everything you want to hear. It's a big rainbow, it's all sunshine, kiss your ass. And then guess what actually get yeah, and guess what actually gets done? Zip. Nothing gets done.
Whatever, I don't know, whatever the lobbyists want, that's what they do.
Yeah.
It's all about the lobby, money.
Now you're talking. Now you're
Yeah.
talking. Lobbyists.
Whoever pays the bills,
I gotta
whoever pays
research
the
that.
bills, that's what happens, you know.
I gotta research that, man. Where did that even come from? The lobbying, you know? Jeez. Scam after scam. All right. Only
Have you heard that there was the Trump? Have you heard Trump wants to change this clock thing, going back, going forward every 6 months? And now, just today, the senator from Arkansas, Tom Cotton, he blocked it. He blocked it.
what Trump wanted to get rid of it?
He's,
Well, why
he wants the same time, like for the whole year, like instead of going back and forth, like in the winter, and then
well, why do we need it anyway?
daylight savings time. Yeah, yeah.
What do we need it for anyway?
And he wants to give. And Trump wants to just keep it where like we get an extra hour, like for the whole year. But Tom Cotton, I don't know why. Why would you do that? He blocked it. So
Oh
now the whole
man.
thing went sideways. It's
Wow. Wow, that's insane. Well, I mean, I kind of agree with that personally.
Believe that. Yeah, why would you do that? I mean, I sure would like an extra hour in the winter.
Yeah, but you don't really get an extra hour. You don't really get it. You lose it again in the summer.
So when I was doing
No. It was stay just like it is right now. Right now, yeah. They want to keep it the way it is right now. Exactly. Yeah. It's always going to be the one that's doing now.
So when I was researching it, they were talking about kids walking to school. They were saying that kids will be walking in the dark in school, and they don't really want that. I mean, there was some points in there, but I mean, it was that was their biggest main concern was the safety of American kids going to school and back and forth in the dark. So I mean, I don't know. To me, I was either way, I guess, but that was I think that's why he actually blocked it. This whole thing and the kids.
Yeah, but time they get in from school every evening, it'll be almost dark anyway. My wife used to drive the school bus, and it would be nothing for her to pull in the driveway at night. And sit there, got dark, and she's dropping kids off.
Damn. New Hampshire. How do you spell New Hampshire? How do you spell Hampshire? Let's see. HEP. Anybody know?
It's gonna pick it up.
Okay.
HINE.
Oh yeah, HAMPSHIRE. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Let's see. What's his name? Thank you, Wild Child. Got it. Perfect. George wants to know where's everybody at? Where's everybody checking in from today? Sean's in Ohio. Okay. What is it?
Lyman, Colorado.
Lyman. I know where Lyman is. Yep.
Virginia.
Okay. Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't. Where is it?
It's like a 70-cent yardstick on 81.
Oh, okay.
It's a 70 cent.
Something just happened in Virginia. Wasn't there like a pew pew event? Something happened in Virginia yesterday or today?
I just got here today.
Yeah. We got skateboard in Nevada. Nice. We got well, let's see. Wild Child says New Hampshire. I think he was just telling me how to spell it though. Yep. Lamar, no, Mo. Oh, okay. Iowa. Woo! We love Iowa. We love all our states. Except maybe California, New Jersey, Illinois, Indiana, New York. Seems like this.
I'm from Indiana.
Oh man. So do you know about the I-70 or no? We were just protesting at your capital, brother. Okay. You saw it or no?
Right. I hope that. Yeah, I know that they're thinking about doing it, but I hope it doesn't go through though. You know.
As of right now, it's going through. Your tax dollars already paid for it. $6.5 billion to widen it.
They already got the tax for the roads
Yep.
added to the fuel. Anytime you buy fuel, they already got the road tax in it.
Yep.
You know.
And the registration. And when you buy cars. Yeah. And federal. Federal.
Seeing the bad thing, if Indiana actually gets their way, it opens up for every state to not have to go to Congress or any federal to say, hey, I want to put a toll road in this state.
Yeah, the whole country is going to be tolls.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's why it's important to slow or stop Indiana, because this one doesn't pave the way for every other state, for any other states to follow in their lead.
Yeah, if anybody here wants to call.
Just need to get rid of all the toll roads.
I agree with you fully. Taxpayers, we have enough money. If we stopped giving all our tax money to other countries, we'd have beautiful roads, beautiful cities. Everyone would have a great job, have a great retirement, medical, dental. We would have it all. The money's there. It's just all this wasteful spending. Um, yeah, you guys can call Mike Braun's office and tell him you don't want it, right?
It's United States is the richest country in the world, but look, still what they're doing. There's a lot of corruption, I think, going on. You know, stealing money.
Well, if you just think,
Stealing money, you know.
brother, if you just think about it on the aspect, like, okay, your alignment, right? Your alignment and your steer tires alone. Your steer tires are $2,000. Your alignment's about $500, right? For a good alignment. There's $2,500. You used
2,500 right there.
Okay, if the roads were all paid for by our tax dollars, which they actually are, if they just left it at that and constantly kept up the maintenance and there's plenty of money to do it, we would be saving money ourselves, and we should. You should only have to get an alignment about every year, right? With a truck, maybe once a year, right? And that's being splurging.
Now we are doing it once every 6 months.
No, 2 or 3 times. Shit, if you go through those eastern states all the time, if you go through or you go through like Kingman, Arizona, Memphis, Tennessee, Indiana, Ohio,
Yeah,
Arizona, dude,
Yeah.
it's terrible. Pennsylvania too. There's a lot of spots in Pennsylvania. So it's It's like, and all the roads that are tolled seem to be the worst roads. You're paying a toll, and yet they're knocking your alignment out. They're destroying your tires. So your pursuit of happiness is getting worse. Airbags, all of it, man. Yeah. Yep. Suspension. Yep. Everything. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. It's so our pursuit of happiness goes down. Yep, and other countries make money off us. The Australia, the I-80 in Indiana, that you know how that's told, right? Do you know where that money goes? Australians. Your and my dollars go to Australia. I don't know. From Australia. I don't know about you, brother, but I don't work for Australia. I work for the United States. Exactly. And everybody in the United States. You know what I mean?
You got other countries that bought their toll road because they couldn't keep it up.
That's right.
But it's still under.
Hi, Betty on YouTube. I see you. Hi.
That's where the money's supposed to come from.
Right.
But then they blow it because some politicians got, well, I'm going to get my buddy to do this. I'm going to get my buddy to do that. Well, by them getting another country coming there and buying that toll road, they still get their buddies to do it. It's just it's a hidden paper. Not only that, they get kickbacks. That's why they make all these deals. They get kickbacks,
Yeah. And you know why they do it?
No other country ought to be able to own a road in this country, period.
Yeah. How's it going, Bobby 2.0? I see you. I see you, Bobby 2.0. How you doing, brother? Welcome in. Well, you know what, you guys? We can't expect criminals to lock up criminals. So if we want to do something about it, we got to do something about it. If we want it to stop, a wise decision would be to motivate people and get people to wake up and get people to act instead of complain about it or talk about it. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to myself. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking to me, okay? I'm not talking to you guys. So I'm not telling anybody what to do. We're all free people. But until we get involved and we stop this shit, our pursuit of happiness, it might not make it to 251 years if we don't act now. The time is now. Let's see. Skateboard says, and they do a shirt job. Yeah, I know what you meant. Bobby says, 10 for living the dream. Time for living the dream. That's right, Bobby. The time to live the American dream is now, like our grandparents did. All of our grandparents and our great grandparents, they worked 30 years. Okay. They paid their house off. They had a little bit of money for their kids when their kids were 18, right? To go start a business or go to college. They paid their cars off in no time. And they retired. They got their Social Security. It was enough to live off of, plus maybe a pension. And then on top of that, by the time they passed away, they had $200,000 or $300,000 in their bank account. You think you can do that now? The average American with an average job? No, you can't do it.
It's fading away.
Fading.
American dream is fading away
Because of greed. That's right.
Look, you buy a house today, and every year your property tax is going up. But just think about like when you hit 60, 65, 70, and the property tax is still going up. I mean, how you gonna do it? I don't know. They're gonna make you sell it.
Yep.
Go elsewhere,
Yep. And you know what? They're cowards, bro. They're cowards.
In Mississippi.
Go ahead.
In Mississippi at 65, your property is tax exempt.
Oh, wow.
Do something like that. It should be tax exempt now. But you didn't pay the property tax. You shouldn't be paying tax on your property every year anyway.
Hey, guys.
Because you done bought it, paid for the taxes to start with. Look at the taxation. You just get paid, you pay taxes. You go buy anything, you pay taxes.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard, guys, that vets.
Senator.
Good. I heard that veterans right now, that I don't know if this is true. I haven't done the research on it, but I heard that veterans in some states are being tax exempt for their property taxes while Trump's in office. I don't know if that's true. But I heard it from a vet in his state, which I can't remember his state. I think it's Missouri. I think he's in Missouri. Yeah.
Trump,
Look it up though.
Trump, he wants to get all these illegals with the CDLs. He wants to get them out and get all the veterans in now to drive trucks.
Yep, I saw that.
That's what he's trying to do.
I just hope
You know,
I just hope that it's not just give a vet a CDL because we don't agree with that, right? If he's talking about
right?
if he's talking about training them professionally, training them the right way, and then if he's talking about instead of giving a foreigner like a work visa, instead of a work visa getting a CDL, of an American veteran getting a CDL but being trained properly, that's great. I think that's a great idea. America first.
The right way.
I think what he's doing is actually the people that are actually driving truck in the militaries. They won't have to do a CDL test to go down to the DMV. They'll automatically get it. Which I mean, I don't see why they never did that in the beginning. I've been saying that from day one.
It's common sense.
They do that now. People that are in the military whose MOS requires them to drive heavy trucks have a CDL to drive on American roads.
Okay, if their Woodrun. If their MOS was a CDL, then they don't need any training. They have a CDL. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
that's
right.
what I'm saying.
No, you're right.
Automatic, yeah.
Yeah, it's automatic.
Sounds good, but the only thing that they're doing is they're kind of they're playing games here. They're doing something that sounds good, but in the background, Sean Duffy and this administration is paving the way for autonomous trucks.
I
Damn.
heard that one too.
Sean, I hope a light bulb's going off right now. I bet you Sean's over there doing research already.
So like I had a buddy of mine, he was actually MOS. He was actually a truck driver on the National Guard, and he didn't actually have a CDL. Actually, this was like a couple years ago. That's what I was wondering when they were doing that because I thought of it. And, why did teach him how to do it? Because help with driving tests and all that. So, I thought it was a pretty good thing. I think it should be. I mean, if they're serving for our country and they're driving for our country, they should be able to, come out without having to have a hassle. But yeah, no, I think you're right, man. Whenever time the government's doing something, you always got to look at it from every single angle and what is benefiting, like you said, for autonomous. That's something that we're about to be going to do is on this triangle exemptions. There was a big group of guys that we have in our roundtable meeting that actually went in to the FMCSA. They had this big conversation, and like I said, it went kind of crazy. And they were basically saying, "Hey, we weren't going to give the exemption." Well, then they just went right around behind them and gave them the exemption. So now we're kind of coming up with a different angle, saying, "Hey, look, if you're giving this exemption for lighting, you should be telling the public. This thing should be on PBS. It should be on every radio station.
Amen.
It should be in every news channel."
All the time. They just in the middle of the night when it's dark. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah, like a coward.
All these deals.
Like a coward.
But that's the thing, right? So we don't ever watch it. We never keep an eye on it, right? They go in there like you guys are Vince was saying earlier. They tell you all this BS, and then you go on your way, and you're like, "Cool, I did something." Then you turn around and no, you didn't do nothing. So like what we do,
something else. Totally.
Yeah. So what we do is we stay on top of them, right? When you go in there and they say, "Hey, we're going to change that," you almost got to send like a follow up email. You got to, it's like dealing with
a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dealing with a little kid.
Keep harassing them.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say harassing it. Is this if you're going to do stuff, you got to do it by the rule. Even if you have millions of dollars, that doesn't pay for people's unaliving or not telling the general public what you're doing, right? When it comes to something like this, so everybody can agree on this. For the last since trucking was invented, almost triangles represented that you were broke down on the side of the road, right? Everybody knows that. from kindergarten all the way up to 99 years old. Everybody knows that triangle means that there's a semi broke down. Now all of a sudden, we're going to just say, hey, we're going to give these lights extension. But yeah, we're not going to tell the public, hey, guess what, guys? Now you don't get over in the left lane because there's triangles. You get over in the left lane because there's going to be these beacon lights only on the truck that you're not going to be able to see behind the trailer. And that's going to represent getting over. And I get it. If we look at tow trucks, look at how many people are unalived every year for that. But how many people are unalived in trucking with triangles out? I mean, let's weigh the difference. We can't just be saying, hey, here's $100 million. This buys air, right? We really need to have facts and proofs for the exemption. So they did give them a 60-day exemption for it, but I can tell you guys, before that 60 days up, we're going to be pounding them with paperwork every single day, showing them that what they're doing is, we see what they're doing. We're watching.
Trust but verify.
You can't make it non-public information. Absolutely. You can't make it non-public information. When it's public information, guess who's the first guy that's, looking for it? We all are.
Right.
And I tell anybody that's doing research out there that sees something, hey, feel free to send it over to me. I will definitely dig into it. Nothing sets to my
I just think if that ever happens, there's gonna be a civil war because all these people losing their job and just like that in one shot, they're not gonna accept it.
Well, we want to verify, right? We want to be on their butts, right? Because we're their boss. The government is our employees, brother. You are their boss. You are the employee of the United States government. That sounds crazy, right? Doesn't that sound crazy? That's because we've been programmed to be fearful of the government. But you shouldn't be afraid of the government. The government is like your child. Look at it. Look at it like it's your 10-year-old son or your 10-year-old daughter. Seriously. Like look at the government like it's that. I'm not saying like violence or destruction of property. Nothing. I'm not saying harassment. None of that, of course, right? We want to be civil, respectful, but at the same time, we are their boss. We tell them what to do. They don't tell us what to do. Just like you see all these First Amendment auditors, the police come up to them and, oh, give me your ID. Now, what are you talking about? What's your reasonable articular suspicion, buddy? You're dismissed. I haven't committed a crime. Get out of here.
What did Reagan say about that?
Some of them, they just be flexing for no reason.
Reagan said a people that fears the government is tyranny, but a government that fears its people is
liberty. That's right. How about what Thomas Jefferson, his letter that he wrote to John Adams in 1787? He said, the tree of liberty will need to be watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots about every 200 years if you want to keep a constitutional republic, which we are. This isn't a democracy. People keep wanting to say, well, we got to save our democracy. No, you're not.
You're wrong, Vince.
Yeah, exactly.
A constitutional republic is a form of democracy.
Explain.
It is.
Listen to our Pledge of Allegiance. It says to the Republic.
Yes, it is a republic.
The man that wrote our
It's not a
Constitution.
democracy.
It's in there. It is in there, and he says plain as day. He said, I'll give you a republic if you can keep it.
Right.
Republic is the people, not a democracy.
The way
If you want a democracy, you need to go to England. That's a democracy because they tell their people what to do and how to do it. That is a democracy. A republic is the people that tells them what to do. That's a republic.
That's the way I understand it. The way I understand it, a democracy is a small group of people that control all the other people, right? The majority. A small.
That's exactly what it is.
Democracy
is like our government tells us what to do. That's why you hear a lot of these politicians say it's to our democracy. It's to their democracy.
Well, there lies the problem.
Constitutional republic.
Exactly. There lies the problem. Right. They don't tell us what to do. We, the people, tell them what to do. I pledge allegiance to the flag. of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, not and for the democracy for which it stands. But anyways, let yeah, moving forward. Dora, thank you for the follow. Pastime for a Change says no, it's not a democracy. Ends ends after the vote. All right, well let's move forward on that. Morocco, welcome in, man. How are you? Let's get you a gift. How are you, brother?
Good, brother. How are you, man? It's
I'm
been a long time. How's
yeah,
everybody in the chat?
we're good, man. Did you see us protesting at the state capitol in Indianapolis, Indiana?
Yeah, I saw some highlights.
Good, good.
I saw some highlights, but I don't have a fully understanding of that, to be honest with you.
Well, basic.
I'm trying to stay out of the radar.
Gotcha. Well, you know, brother. Yeah, brother, that's how we've gotten this bad. I mean, I don't fault you for it, to each their own, but I feel like American citizens, we need to stand up and get involved because that's how it's gotten bad by us not verifying everything that our representatives are doing. So base
100%.
yeah, basically the I-70, the Interstate 70 from the Illinois state border to the Ohio state border is being it's going under construction for the next 5 years, and it's costing 6.5 billion taxpayer dollars to get fixed. Then they Mike Braun's the governor for the state of Indiana, he wants to toll the road starting in 2029. 54 cents a mile for trucks, which is about $90 to go through the whole state, and 15 cents or 10 or 15 cents per car. Which will be about $15 to go through the whole state. So a lot of people think, oh, that's great, right? That'll maintain the road. Well, what they do is they maintain the road with the toll money for about 30 or 40 years, one generation. And then once one generation has gone through it, everybody's used to it. And then they sell it to a third party foreign investor like Australia. That's what happened on the I-80 in Indiana. All that toll money, how crappy is the I-80 through Indiana? Well, yeah, I mean, how much do we pay for it? And all that money goes to Australia. It doesn't even stay in the United
I don't
States.
understand. Yeah, I don't understand why we have to pay out of our tax money. Like, why we have to pay? Why are we sending money out of the country? Why are we sending money to the Middle East? What happened to the money that should invest in your own country, invest in your road? You have a lot of veterans. Let's talk about, like, since we're in the trucking industry, you have a lot of veterans that are truckers now. And they can't even, pay for diesel because of this rate sometimes.
Right.
So let's talk about that. Why we have to spend money from our tax? It
Well,
doesn't make any sense.
another 54 cents now on the I-70 for a truck driver. So you think the shipper's going to give you an extra 54 cents a mile? You think the carry you don't think that a mega carrier is not going to take that out of a driver's pocket? It always is the small guy nowadays that suffers. All these global elites and corporate giants, they pass it on to the people. And enough is enough. It's too much. We can't survive. It's not sustainable anymore. Enough is enough. What's up?
That's why you pay a fine. Each state collects $550 every year for heavy highway use tax. Where do they spending that money at?
Right.
Ask the government. Ask the legislatures where y'all spending that damn money at. You
Yeah.
get $550 for every truck that's registered in this state.
Right.
Every state gets that $550. Every company, trucking company.
1,200 for your license plate too. So you got $1,200 or some even more.
I mean,
the states are gonna get a lot.
exactly. I mean, you figure my tag was $1,400 last year. Plus I paid $500.
All right, listen.
Plus I turned around and paid $550 for heavy highway use tax.
So our average lifespan, you guys, is 61 years old. So with that statistic, don't you think you should be going on vacation at least 3-4 times a year, 2-3 times a year minimum?
I
Don't you?
don't say that. I only got one more year then.
Okay, I'm 48, brother. So I got what, 12, 13 years? You know what I mean? So I'm just saying that's the average. Sean and I we just did a memorial for a last call for a man named Keith and Stacy. They're married 31 years. He was in the industry for 36, and Keith lost his life at 55. He had a heart attack and lost his life. 55 years old, man. So the best, it's like, the, yeah, and it's not a complaint, right? I love what I do. I do, but we're not earning what we've earned, right? We're just getting by. And that's a problem. That has to stop. That has to stop, man. We should have a really comfortable American life. We should. The American dream, the American life. Pay your house off in 15 years. Have, three, four, 500,000 in the bank. Be able to travel. Like, I'm not saying be rich. You're blue collar, right? So, yeah, you're not going to be rich if you can't come up with some idea like Elon Musk. But dude, we sacrifice a lot in these trucks and we've earned a good life for ourselves. Everybody and their brother is in our damn pockets. Both hands, man. Both hands deep in our pockets. If we have cargo pants on, they're in those pockets too. You know? Enough is enough.
I started out in the early '90s driving a truck, and then I bought one. And the company I was leased to, they was out of Minnesota, but we'd only get 40%. We could only get 40% advance to your fuel, right?
Right.
Well, back in the early '90s, it wouldn't be nothing for me to run one trip and have $800 or $900 left for fuel, right?
Right.
Well, then they advance you another 40%. Well, I could go out and come back home. I'd have $1,500, $1,600 just in fuel savings. Plus, I had my other I had 60% on a load that I just took and a load I brought back. So I mean, I had extra money every week when I started this business, and then it got to the point that it was going over 50%, taken out of my pocket, and that's about even, you know.
Yeah. And let
If
me
you don't run, you ain't got no money coming in. You got to keep running.
now you run and you still don't have no money. Yeah, what's up, E92? Welcome in.
Talking about running and them having their fucking hand on our neck or their foot on our neck with pay and everything else. We need to start holding these fucking roadside companies accountable. You call fucking roadside, right?
Mhm.
My call went in at 2:30 this afternoon. Here we are at 8 o'clock, and I'm still waiting for the motherfuckers to show up. I
Wow.
called them 4 fucking times, and they keep changing the time limits.
That's just terrible.
Where are you right now?
I'm in Mississippi.
Wow. I mean, are you in the boonies or are you pretty close to a city?
No, I'm right off the interstate.
How far are you away from the mobile maintenance? Like how many miles?
20 or 55.
I'm the closest maintenance place to me is like 28 minutes away.
Wow. Yeah, that's not far.
And
Wow.
supposedly he's been the roadside technician, because I called him again. The roadside technician's an hour and a half from me, and he's been on the roadside call that he's on for an hour and a half. So I said, so I have an additional 3-hour wait time when my call went in at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So by the time the motherfucker gets here, my 10-hour break's gonna be up, and I'm missing out on an extra day home with my kids.
Yep.
Because this fucking technician doesn't know how to do his fucking job.
Yeah, see, that's not cool, man.
Where you at? Where you at? What interstate you at in Mississippi?
I'm on 22.
Dude, I'd call a different mobile
Oh.
maintenance. Are there not that many or something in that area?
There's a few out here, but not very many. But it's just fucking irritating. These motherfuckers sit there and they don't give a fuck. They go home with their. Well, yeah, that's the thing though, Sean. They don't give a fuck because at the
Sean.
end of the day, they're getting paid. They're getting paid overtime. They're getting paid overtime for being out there for as long as they have to be. They're getting the fucking the mileage pay. They're getting the whatever pay on top of their basic pay, right?
Oh, they
Then
love
get to go home at the end of
breakdowns.
the day and be with their families and their kids.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, the more we band together, the more we don't stop putting up with this, the better our lives will be, man. It's shameful.
I guarantee you that guy. I guarantee you that guy. They don't even probably have somebody working right now.
Yeah, they're lying to you.
They're just trying to. Yeah, they're just lying to you because they want to keep you on the hook. Because
Yeah.
now you're just gonna sit there and wait for they get somebody to go out there to you. And I've seen it. I mean, I've watched them personally try to do it. And they're just all like, yeah, we'll have a guy to you. And I'm like, oh, you have no one here. You just told me you had. I'm like, Nick Shits will come in and get them. So
Yep.
I mean, it's horrible.
Yeah, to hell with you being on the side of the road. They don't care. They just,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're getting their pay. They're getting to go home and lay in their bed at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Are you using like a TA or something, or is it just like what are you like?
I called the Michelin roadside.
Oh yeah, see that's the bad thing too. Michelin. I mean they got.
How far are you from Olive Branch?
About an hour.
An hour.
Are you by like a? Why don't you try to call like a Love's? Is there a Love's?
That's who's supposed to be on the roadside call.
Yeah, Sean's probably right. They probably don't have someone till next shift, and they want to keep you on the hook. You can call around. Just make sure to cancel that one if you get someone else quicker. You know what I mean? That's what I would do, man.
Well, see, I've called
To
my
Pilo.
company,
Yeah.
bitched about it, and they're like, oh,
See-
well, the guy said he's going to be out there in the next 45 minutes, and that was.
You know what else? You should be getting like $50 an hour too. Actually, more 70. Are you on the side of the highway where it's dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be getting like, in my opinion, you should be getting like $75 an hour hazard pay.
Now that the sun's going down, oh, absolutely.
Dude, I mean, I know your truck's probably rocking as other trucks, go by in this low lane by you that aren't getting over out of respect, right? I always do out of respect. I'm not going to be next to a truck that's broke down. I'm going to get in the fast lane if I can. Man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. We're trying.
If you really want to speed it up, I'll give you a little hint. I'll tell you what you can do. You can call the sheriff's office and tell them that you broke down on the side of the road and you feel unsafe. The cop will come out and sit behind you. And let me tell you something. They will be blowing up the love station to get you out of there because they got somebody tied up behind you.
Do it.
I'm just saying.
Do it, E92.
May have done something like that.
E92, do it, man. Is your life not valuable? Your family, man. You got a wife and kids. Like, you're valuable. Come on.
Like I said, I'm at this point. I'm so fucking frustrated, bro. I literally called. I mean, I blew a fucking gasket when I called Michelin, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I called my shop technician, like the foreman,
Yeah.
at our shop, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah.
I called Mac on guard, and you denied the fucking roadside and told me to call Michelin, and here I am, going on fucking 7 hours of waiting for roadside.
Damn. I would do that. I would call the highway patrol. Try it. What do you have to lose? Just say, look, I've been out here for 7 hours. I almost got hit because you almost got hit a couple times too, right? You almost got hit a couple times. You probably really did almost get hit a couple times. You just don't know it. Everybody on their phone, getting close to you. Dude, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think that we need to normalize holding these fucking roadside places accountable.
I agree.
Because at the end of the day, they're still making a home to their families at the end of the night. They're still getting their overtime pay, and they're still getting all the benefits of everything else. And they probably haven't even left the shop yet.
Not only that, how much diesel is being spent to keep you cool or warm while you're on the side of the road? How much wear and tear is going on the motor to idle, right? Or whatever. You know what I mean? It's all these things, man. There's a chain reaction when people are lazy or don't care. They're unempathetic. There's such a chain reaction. It's not even funny. More importantly, your safety. I'm being serious about that, man. You need to get home to your family. You're important to your family. You're important to us. You matter. You know, we got to start. We got to really start letting people know, hey, we matter too. This is how we do it, bro. If I were you, that's what I'd do. I'd call the state patrol. I didn't know. I didn't know. I never thought of that. Sean comes up with a lot of great ideas. I tell you.
Oh yeah, like I said, I mean, that's another thing we need to do together as drivers is hold these fucking roadside places accountable.
I like that, man.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, they're causing us pay because if if we're sitting still, we ain't making any money.
Right, right. We need to change that too.
You know, we're not one of these hourly guys out here that's just getting paid to sit here. We're
Yeah.
not union.
A lot of the brokers are making the money we should be making for overlay pay, detention pay. Now it's tolls. I could, dude. I can't even remember the last time I actually got tolls. I can't, and I'm a pretty good negotiator. You know what I mean? Hey, Sean Creek, I'll bring you up in a minute. MCR, welcome in, brother. How are you?
Good, good, good. Hey, so I don't know if I'm going a little bit off topic here, right? But the more I get into the industry, right, from leaving the shipper perspective, right, how do you guys feel about all these little people having their claws in your guys' money, right? Talking about like these ELDs, right? These highways, right? These factoring companies. Oh my God! Like everybody has their hand in the cookie jar. I mean, how do you guys feel about this? I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
oh my God. I mean, everybody has an idea, but not to get paid the owner operators more money. They have an idea on how to take money from the owner operators. I mean, I'm dealing with this guy right now that wants to put his ELD through highway, and it is ridiculous how much money they're charging him a month for a subscription. Like,
Yeah.
and plus he has to pay 2% to his factoring company. I mean, come on. This is
So-
BS, right? This has to stop somehow, right?
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a minute. Just the factory.
There's no representation. That's
You know what else it is?
No representation.
There are so many people. I think what happened was decades ago, a lot of people were like, I need a job or I need a business. How can I do that? And instead of going and picking a career path or inventing something that people actually need to have like a genuine, legitimate paycheck, they decided to, oh, the trucking industry. Okay, that's the number one industry that makes the most money in the United States. Huh. Let's create a factoring company. Instead of getting paid in a week or two, let's make it 30 days and we'll profit off making it 30 days or 60 days or 90. And so it kept going out. How about truck parking, ELDs, all that shit, dude? It all was I call it a house of cards. It's like cardboard. It's an empty position that doesn't actually it's not sustainable. It's not a job that's actually needed. It's a job that like there's two types of people in this world. There's men that build things, and then there's men that use the men that build things, right? Two types of people. And so the men that use men that build things are not actually useful, right? They don't actually do something that's sustainable. It's a fake job. I call it a fake job, right? It's not needed, dude. So that's what's going on in the trucking industry. There's all these things, that are not needed. Next will be the bathrooms. Charge a driver for the bathrooms, dude. It's to a point where being a truck driver, it's not even worth it.
And what about the lumper fees? Like, well, what is this shit about? Like yesterday, I had one of my guys doing a delivery at 2 o'clock in the morning because that's the time that he had to deliver on the Raycon. The brokers, I don't want to mention the broker. The broker said nothing about lumper fees. He gets there. He calls me at 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm sleeping next to my beautiful wife and my daughter, saying I have to pay out of pocket a lumper fee. I blew a fucking gasket. I was like, are you kidding me?
Lumper fee.
Are you kidding me?
They should just be shipper and receiver. I don't even know why it's the carrier.
Why does the carrier have to come out of pocket?
MCR.
It never made sense, does it? Because you know what you're paying for, right? So Capstone, what they came up with is design to unload you, but then you have to fund the inventory. Oh, yeah, it's fine. So then you got to pay for inventory for them to put it on the shelf. So I mean, like, I just never made out sense out of that. But yeah, read. Matter of fact, did you get their policy right? Next time you had to pay a lumber fee, ask them for, hey, my money's going to you guys. I want to know what your SOPs is, your SOPs on lumber fees, because I'm just curious. Start reading that, you're gonna be like, wow, this is crazy. It basically tells them that you're paying. The carrier's paying them to stock it on the shelf, take it out of your truck.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous, man. Like, everybody wants their hands on the cookie jar. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, so
I asked the broker for like extra 5% because I tell them my paperwork is going to my factory, and like I'm gonna end up losing another 2-3% for nothing.
So about 5 years ago, I did a load out of it was Flagstaff, Arizona, and it had 5 drops in Southern California. Right, it was ice cream cones, and the broker said to me, "Hey, we'll pay. We'll either pay you to unload it, or it's 2-3 pallets per stop. They're like 500 pounds per pallet. You get a floor jack, you take it out. It's easy, right? 5 minutes, 2-3 pallets per stop." He said, "We'll pay you to do the drop, or we're going to pay a lumper fee. You don't have to do it at all if you don't want to work hard." And I'm like, "Man, I'll do it. How much do you pay?" And they're like, "Up to $250 per stop." And so in my mind, y'all know what I'm thinking, right? 5 stops. Woo, buddy, that's $1,250. Yeah. Woo, 3 pallets per stop. Hell yeah, let's go. And so I do the 5 drops. I do the low. Well, the next week or whatever, when I get paid, it was like $60, right? 60 or $90. And so I call up Mr. Broker. Yo, what's this $90, dude? You said $250 per stop. He said, "Oh no, driver. I said we pay up to $250 per stop for a lumper, but we pay the drivers $15 per stop. 15 fucking dollars per stop." So I got $15 per stop, but if I didn't want to do it at all, that company would have paid, that broker would have, or the shipper would have paid $250 lumper load for Capstone or whoever per load, right? So at that moment, I knew what discrimination really feels like. Talk about discrimination, right? What's the difference? What's that?
How many of you guys?
What's up, Sean? Welcome in. We're having a hard time. Yeah, go ahead, Sean. We're having a hard time hearing you.
I said, how many of y'all have been driving long enough to remember when diesel fuel was cheaper than gas?
Get me started on that.
Not me. How many years ago was that about? I just gave you a follow too.
Well, it happened during the Obama administration, 2008, 2009.
Okay.
You gotta remember, during that time, owner operators like me was paying the same amount for fuel you are today, upwards to $6 a gallon, and trying to move freight for $2 a mile.
Damn.
So this isn't anything new.
Hold on. It started.
In 2005, when I bought my first truck,
I remember
diesel was $2.35 a gallon.
Wow.
when I started, it was 60 and 70 cents a gallon.
Absolutely, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's real diesel fuel though, right? If you look at fuel back then, what it is compared to now, I mean, heck, they had sulfur in there that actually burned. Now we got we're diluted with corn oil and water, and I mean it's the trash of the trash. So it's all like, if they can afford to put water so much
They
water.
call that low sulfur diesel.
And it's cheaper to make, so it's even cheaper than what it was back then, and it's still cheaper. So I mean, it's just mind-boggling of how much money they got to have in their pockets. Watch us sit here and starve because we're paying for higher fuel. It's insane.
A buddy of mine, he used to change his oil, and whenever they started doing the low sulfur diesel, he used to take his old oil and put it in his truck. Every time he'd fill up his truck, he'd put a gallon of motor oil in each tank. And I said, why are you doing that? He said, I'm putting oil back to my injectors. He said, manual motors got to have oil, babe.
Damn it, I got a mosquito in here. Sorry.
I still do that. I do that in a cap full of transmission throw out. Maybe it's just a splash of transmission fluid in there to keep my injectors cleaned up. And then I dump motor oil in there for the sulfur. It's the way you gotta have it. Burn oil, I mean, it burns. The B models love it. Like you can tell when you get a hot mix, I call it. Oh, you can feel it in the pedal. But I mean, yeah, it's insane of how and it's not only just in fuel, right? I mean, we look at the groceries. I mean, you can't go to McDonald's nowadays and you order a burger and it's like paper thin, where it looks like on the screen it looks like it's humongous in the cut back. And not just McDonald's. I thought about everywhere. I mean, even at the truck stops. I remember when you can go in and you get full. Now you eat something, 10 minutes later, you're all like, hey man, I need like something else. That didn't do the trick. But it's I don't know. I think when truck drivers actually say we've had enough, I keep saying I don't know if they keep messing with us, because when we do something, we don't play fair.
They
back in history, and why are they keep on messing just over and over again? I mean, look at you were talking about before, when fuel prices were cheaper. I mean, look at, we didn't even have UCR. Right? So UCR is another tax that every carrier has to pay $100 a year, just so you can say, hey, I'm a company. So I mean, these are the things that over time it's just like, yeah, you're making money, but you're seeing a lot of money just go in your account and back out, in and out, and that's what it's doing. So I mean, it's going to be insane.
The door revolves very quickly.
Absolutely. Yeah. You don't even look. You just put it on auto pay, so that way you can just say, at the end of the week, you go, okay, this is for me. I think everybody took it out. I got until next Friday to grab it again. No, it's crazy stuff, man. It's another unfounded mandate. This is getting great. I really think if truck drivers would just say, hey, enough is enough, and we all work together. I think now, I don't think we have to go like we did back in the history as far as with center blocks and doing the crazy stuff. But I think if we was to do I don't think protests and slow rolls or anything like that, I think if we all just said, hey, you know what, tomorrow all of us are going to call our congressmen all at one time at this time. Well, not maybe call, but send emails all at this time, and we overload their system. They're going to be like, hey, because a bunch of truck drivers that are going to be mad. They're mad. We better do something. Quick. So.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Call their phone line. That'd be great.
I would love to see that come back. I would love to see the tough truck driver that don't put up with no shit. I would love to see that come back. That would be great. That would be awesome.
What would be great is to see the American people line up in the streets and stand up for the American dream.
Yes.
We are not protecting the American dream for our children and our grandchildren. People are taking for themselves right now.
Me.
I mean, this generation, you look at what happens in Europe when they take 1 year away from their retirement. They line up in the streets and they say, "No, we're not taking this." We're getting shit on.
So John F. Kennedy has a famous quote. John F. Kennedy, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, what's going on, Diesel? How are you?
It's time.
It is time. It is time.
How you doing tonight?
Good, man. How are you, Diesel? Welcome in.
I agree. I mean, it's
Hey, Sean, hold on. Diesel was talking. Hang on, guys. 1 sec. Diesel, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
I just wanted to let you guys know because on these self-driving trucks are coming. I used to work at a place on where we road tested them. The proving grounds, and I know a lot of people say, "Oh, it's never going to happen in our lifetime," but I've seen them out there in Texas. I live down here in Florida. They got them running on the toll road, and then some people say, "Well, you still need a man inside," but there's no man inside these trucks, and big corporations are buying into them. Once the big corporations, I call the big corporations just like fast food, snap together trucks because on that side they're hiring these people out of like McDonald's and stuff like that, and these people are happy making $1,000, and they're looking to put like the owner operators out of business and everything like that. But trucking isn't what it used to be. I've been out here 36 years on the road, and I learn something every day. Still, I'm not saying I know everything. I never will, but the self driving trucks are coming, and people are like, well, how are they going to get fuel and stuff like that? But they're just going to send them from like one terminal to another, and then they'll fill them up and send them back.
Exactly. That's what we've been saying. I mean, like this group right here, Sean, myself, Truckers Unite, um, Vince, we've been saying that it's here and trying to get a lot of people to listen. I would disagree that, taking people out of the McDonald's and stuff like that is a bad thing. And, even in the 80s and the 90s, trucking wasn't an educated job. It was a manual job back then. There was people that couldn't even read driving trucks back then, like they couldn't read and write.
Right.
Right.
With the whole reading and writing thing, they don't need to go after those people. They need to go after the companies who's hiring the people like that, because it just all boils down to like the brokers are getting richer, the companies are getting richer, and we're just getting the into the deal.
Well,
it's big corporations and everything are winning right now.
Yeah.
Look at the mom and pop. Look at the mom and pop businesses, the gas stations. Look at the mom and pop truck stop. That got erased a long time ago by the corporations. You know what I mean?
Well,
and what it is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
As a few, but they got you sitting here worried about who's driving a manual, who's driving an automatic, who's driving a plastic truck, who's driving, that I would say the Peterbilt is not much more than a plastic truck being all aluminum. You're not riding in steel there. You know,
Yeah. The big problem.
if you arguing race or separating each other and minimizing each other, then they're going to keep you divided and not stand up for each other.
So
you know what? You need to go over there and take the Western Express guy and put a little bug in his ear about autonomous trucks and how the corporations are shitting on him and get him to stand up too.
that.
You know what? I do that all the time. I work. You guys know, like I also work for a shipper, right? And we do a lot of stuff for like Walmart, Target, and stuff like that. So we get all these Walmart drivers, and I get into their ears all the time. Hey guys, give shit to Walmart if these autonomous trucks start coming to your yards. Make sure you go tell them to go fuck themselves. Remember, try to unionize because you guys matter. So, I'm in their ear all the time. I'm like, you guys better raise hell. And they love it. They're like, you better believe it, because I make sure I'm in their ear all the time about this shit. Autonomous truck. Pepsi just had a bunch of autonomous trucks, right?
Yep.
All these drivers, make sure as soon as your company starts talking this BS, you get in their ears right away.
Yes.
Or this truck start taking over.
As soon as my company buys an autonomous truck, I'm getting out of this one. And y'all can check me on that. If you want to know who I work for, inbox me. But as soon as mine buys an autonomous truck, I quit. And I told Hirschbach, they called me the other day to try to recruit me. I said, never call this number again.
Yeah, Hirschbach's one of them buying into them.
Yeah, no, I told Hirschbach never to call me again. I would.
Attaboy. Boy. That's how you keep power. Right there. He just said it. That's how you keep power. I was talking to a team drivers the other day, a couple days ago. They just quit a company because the company was putting inward facing cameras, and they said, we're not going to do it. And they said, well, you can go drive for someone else then. They said, okay, goodbye. That's power. And you know what the problem is? They have programmed us, and they have made us think that we have no real power as an individual. But actually, you have all the power. You do. It's you that has the power, not Congress and Senate, not the President of the United States. You have more power than Donald Trump. You do. Trust me. You have all the power. But if you just sit back and only complain or do nothing, That's where they gain the power. And nothing's going to stop until we, the people, stop it. Nobody's coming to save us. We're the saviors of the world, supposedly, right? So we have to do it. We have to get tough again. I like that, Wood. We have to be the tough truck driver like in the 70s, the 60s, like Wild Child. Have you ever heard Wild Child go off before? Holy shit. He's intimidating. And that is good. In a good way, though, right? Like in a respectful way. He's like, he ain't going to put up with no shit, like beating women, hurting children. Wild Child went off the other day, and I was like, wow, dude. Like, that is an alpha male, right? You're not going to put up with no shit. You're going to love your family. You're going to love your country, love your God, and you're not going to put up with shit, you know? Sorry, go ahead.
I just say, like, everybody, I'm not, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I think Diesel wanted to say something.
I got a delay here, so
It sounds good to me.
Diesel, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just agree with you. You know, part of that, I agree wholeheartedly with you guys.
But if we let autonomous get ahead and we continue to let them sell it to us as, hey, it's going to make driving jobs better, it's going to make your home time better, but it's also going to make your pay less. It's going to make your pay less, you know, and it's going to put owner operators out of business. You know what I mean? There's going to be 2 or 3 companies that own it and 2 or 3 men that can push the button. It's also a national security thing, because if somebody can push the button and stop all the trucks, then it gives 1 or 2 people power over the whole country.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah.
On the autonomous truck is already starting. You know, for the companies are buying into it, and once one rich guy sees on that it's going to work for JB or the Hirschbot and stuff like that, and on all these other step together companies are going to start buying them also, and then they're going to gradually weed us out, and then we're going to have no job. And the only thing I can see is like a local job for us, or jobs where they send us out to where the truck can't back into a very tight space. But
Right.
Yeah.
I actually think the day of over the road is coming to an end for us.
Yeah.
Are we in a spot where it's over? I don't think so. I think if we all wanted together, we can get it to stop. I don't think we're. I think we're like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. They always say in the grave. Getting it back. But it's crazy, like you guys are saying, right? So I was in a live earlier.
Hey, Sean,
And,
Sean, your TV's really loud, brother. We can barely hear you with the TV in the background. Thank you. Perfect. Go ahead.
There we go. How about now?
Perfect.
So, anyways, I was in a live earlier this morning, and there's a lot of these guys that they've been trying to say, hey, let's just fight Thomas. Now I'm listening to them. They're like, well, it won't be a bad thing. It won't be this. We can just do this, and we can find our other ways. And I'm like, whoa, guys, like what happened? What happened to the energy? Where'd the mojo go?
Yeah. Seriously.
2 days ago, you were all like, hey, let's go out there with pitchforks and we're going to stop this. And now today, we're like, hey, you know what? It's not going to go. But I can tell you this. If you gave that momentum and you've done the research and you invested all this time, why would you want to give up after you've done this point? You know what I mean? And trying to justify that, hey, we can live with these things. That's like having a dog. You know what I mean? That you don't like, and you just feed it and you just live with it and deal with it. No, what you're gonna do is give that dog away. You're gonna get another one. So I mean, I really think with autonomous coming into our industry, it's not only just bad for our industry as one. I think it's the middle class, right? If we take away a middle class, what do you have? You have rich and you have poor. That's it. Middle class is what keeps America moving. We're the ones that pay the taxes, the most of it. Billionaires, they don't pay taxes at all, right? Most of them, they get this cut break. Well, we don't ever get it, and I think it's now than ever with this autonomous coming into our industry is when we actually fight and say, hey, you know what, middle class is tired of everybody on our backs and hanging on for dear life for us to pay for all their mistakes, because there is so much wasteful spending. I keep saying, what we voted for, or what I voted for, was to get rid of wasteful spending in Washington, D.C., and I haven't seen it really, right? They haven't gave any names. They just say, hey, oh, these guys are spending, they were spending millions of dollars on studies over country here and there. Where's the proof at? Show me it, right? You know
Right.
what? When I get pulled over, I have to go to a judge and say, hey, here's the proof I wasn't speeding. You know, but when a congressman or one of these guys, they just say, hey, here it is, but there's no backing on it. You know, I listen to these guys, you know, for hours and hours of you know trying to fight something, and it's just all horsewash. You know, it's no factual information, and it mind boggles me when a congressman or a politician and in general can just say and shoot off the hip is what I call it. You know, just washing you out. You know, so I really think that as now, if we all bond together, not only can we save our industry, we can save our middle class, because our middle class is what is where it's at. You know, that we are the backbones of America. Our industry is, and so is the middle class, and we combine those together and actually say, hey, you know what, we are the people. It'd be a game changer. So, and autonomous, man, I tell you what, I fight tooth and nail. Vince fights tooth and nail. We have dedicated our time. I look every day. I swipe on Google just to see what they got going on. If there's a platform that's talking about AI, I'm in it. I go on to all the federal websites, the government sites, and I look every single day to see what's coming down the chain. Because there's sometimes that I'm just, that's the stuff I see. It's you know, they're talking, oh, the House did this or the House done that. And I'm like, well, how could that be even possible if they're not even in office right now? So, you know, when you're reading this stuff, it's all like, okay, do I believe this, or was this pre-recorded 4 months ago, and now they're just giving it out to the media? How old is this stuff? So I mean, there's a lot of stuff in research that the old parrot effect that you have to watch out for and go, hey, I'm not buying into this. You know, when they say autonomous is safe and it's going to be the safest thing and it's going to bring cheaper for us on our shelves because it's going to be cheaper in the long run. Well, I can tell you guys, imagine one of these sensors breaking going down the road and a bird flies into this bad boy, right? Or a hailstorm comes in and starts breaking these sensors. How expensive is it going to be? But what's it going to do to our parents or your family driving on the road when they're going down the road and the sensor breaks? You know, they don't want to look at that part. They just want to look at the other end.
How much will it increase your personal car insurance? Because that's figured into your car insurance. And to piggyback on what you said, the economist Casey's or something like that reported that in the next 10 years, 30% of all hours worked will be done by autonomous or AI in the next 10 years. So what that equates to is around 30% of unemployment. You know what I mean?
And what are they going to do with those people? You think they're just going to give you some kind of free check every month? Like, oh, sorry that you're not working anymore. We're making $1 billion off not hiring human employees, but we're going to give you this nice little stipend check or this comfortable check every month. You think that's going to happen?
In the 90s,
No.
They're going to own our asses.
In the 90s, my dad
they're going to do
worked for the
something
textile
else.
industry in South Carolina.
Yeah.
In South Carolina. And when they took the jobs and they sent them to Mexico, okay, then they started having to retrain and send people to school. My dad didn't have so much as a high school diploma. You know what I mean? Going to school at 60 years old was hard to do.
I bet.
He was stressed out and had a heart attack, okay?
Oh, man, I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that.
And then he had a pacemaker and he lived the rest of his life on disability, okay? So think about these 70-year-old guys that are still out here trucking because they can't afford to retire. You know what I mean? Because they've been, you know.
They keep taking jobs away from us. How are we going to have any money to buy any stuff so the robots can do the job?
They don't care. They don't care.
They want less population in the United States.
Correct.
They're going to sell the products.
Correct.
They're going to sell the products to the third world countries that don't have AI.
And you know what's funny to me is we allow like 5,000 people to destroy millions of lives. That's the funny part is we're not acting. We're only talking about it. I'm not saying right here, right now on this live, but it's like, when are we going to actually act and change our lives for the better, our pursuit of happiness, right? Jose on YouTube says, the problem is that they enforce all their ideas by the police and their pew-pews and the laws that are on their side. And he's right. Congress and Senate, they do whatever they want. They don't represent their people. So how much longer are we just going to allow our lives, we the workers, we the people, the blue collar workers that actually run the country, how long are we just going to keep putting up with this? It's only like 5,000 people ruining our lives. And we put up with it because we don't know what to do, right? I mean, if I ask myself that question, like, what do I do about it, right? You don't want to cause violence,
I think it
you
needs
know.
to go back. I think it needs to go back the way it used to be back in the early 50s and 60s. A congressman or senator would come to their state and they would pass a vote on this. Everybody in that state could vote on that. And then they would get
Now you're talking about democracy.
no, that is not a democracy. That's
That
a
is
republic.
democracy.
Where a republic, that's where the Congress or Senate would bring it back to the people, and they
Yeah,
would
if
pass
the
a
people,
vote.
if the
That is
people
a
had,
republic.
okay,
All
That
right,
is a republic.
let's just get off that topic, okay?
The
What I
people would
was thinking,
vote on it.
well, what I was thinking though is we want to put men on Mars, right? We want to send people to the moon, but yeah, we can't use our cell phone and our identity to take and make a vote. When all they have to do is send it out. Look at it. They can send out the president can send out a mass text message within seconds, and everybody would have it, right? Why aren't they sending out mass text messages to say, "Hey, do you guys agree with this? Yes or no?" Just make it simple. And then all the no's and all the yeses, and then boom, we're good. You know, like, but you know, here's the thing: the technology that they can be using it to benefit all of us. Instead, they only want it to benefit them, right? Look at autonomous. The technology is there for that. Why aren't we using that to pave our roads again, right? Look at all of our roads. You can put them behind Jersey barriers where it's safe, where they belong at, to repave our roads. Why haven't we got robots out here making the roads, perfectly smooth? We got potholes, millions and trillions of potholes across this country, but yet we're going to put people in those positions and in the wintertime. So, I mean, like, it's a no-brainer, It's all about profit, profit, profit. That's all it is.
hey
Yeah.
Sean, did you see how they're gonna have a robot military for the ran by the AI center down there in Texas, Project Matador? You said you study a lot about this stuff, right?
So I know quite a bit about robots. I knew they were doing a lot of testing down in Eglin Air Force Base with robots. So I can only imagine what they got going on now.
But here's my point in saying this, though, and this is my opinion. But before they had to send a man to get your pew pew that had a pew pew. You know what I mean? But when they get these robot armies, they won't be scared to come and take your pew pew. You know what I mean? Man,
Right.
All right, hey guys, let's give Otis has been waiting a while. Let's give Otis a chance to speak. It's okay. Otis, how you doing, man? You're all right. Otis.
I actually think what they need to do is bring it back to the people. And just like Sean said, if you can send a text message out and get an answer that quick, that's how it needs to go. But it needs to go by state by state. Every state needs to be able to vote on whether we need autonomous trucks or not. That's how I think it needs to go, because it's us. It's us as Americans have the right to say no. Just because you got a representative up there in office, somebody shoving money down his pocket and say, well, we'll vote on this. No, you need to bring it back to the people the way it's supposed to be.
well, somebody signed an executive order where the states can't fight the AI. So that's came through an executive order from the administration.
Who signed that?
You can look it up. I'd rather not say. You know what I mean? I don't want to be politically biased.
So you think Sean Duffy signed it?
No, Sean Duffy can't sign an executive order.
So Trump signed it.
Go ahead and say it, man. Don't hold back. Don't gatekeep. Come on, man. We're all being honest here. Hey,
Trump signed it?
this channel's for honesty, not bullshit.
That's the reason why they're building these AI data centers without even permits and to build them. Like they just had one.
They build data centers all over this country right now. You're exactly right about
Have you guys even heard about the AI courts? How about the AI courts that they're talking about? Maybe that's what the data centers are for. AI court, just judge, jury, and execution are all in one, quick, fast. You know what I mean? No attorney, no rights, just bada bing, bada boom. Has you
And I mean,
have you?
you can let your imagination run away with that. And that the bad thing is whoever gets in the power of that AI may let their imagination run away with it. You know what I mean?
Hypocrisy at its finest. Let's KSG, welcome in, brother. He's been patient up there. Let's let KSG talk.
Oh, I'm all good. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I was trying to tell you and Sean. So Indiana had sold I-80, and for an up for an upfront payment of $700 million, they're going to allow that tollway to raise rates twice a year. But what they're not telling you is that $700 million, they want to give it to the Chicago Bears to ham it. So
they need a new stadium, huh? They need a new stadium.
How,
So there was a grant. Where did I just see that at? They just gave a whole bunch of money. Oh, that's the 250. I think it's in the 250 Act right now that they're actually giving money to the Chicago Bears as well. So imagine that. And everybody keeps saying, oh, the 250 Act ain't going to pass. It's not going to pass. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are they going to give them pavement? They're going to pave the parking lots for the Chicago Bears out of the 250 Act. So, guys, these are the reasons why I keep saying, like, wow, let's fund some money over to places that it doesn't really belong. Instead, it should be out on an interstate or a highway or somewhere that we're driving, but yet we can't even get semis really into the Chicago Bears stadium when they go to play. So what are we benefiting out of? But yet we're paying for it. So yeah, I was just reading it up. Hey, did you see the triangle extension? They got an extension.
I did. I saw that, and honestly, I'm pissed because I think I got outmaneuvered. I told you about that Zoom meeting that we were talking to the FMCSA, and I think I laid my cards out too quickly. But here's the problem with it: they've given 4 consecutive 90-day waivers to Aurora for that waiver. They're not going to rule on the exemption, but now it goes till October. So they're doing it to give them the bridge to pass the Build America 250 Act. That's not the way you're supposed to do 90-day waivers.
So do you think we should take these pictures of triangles that I have and let's just get them out into where they belong to explain the message, or do you think we should still wait?
If you give me what I'm going to work on tonight is a press packet. I'm going to send to you, and then I have real world photos of interstates that curve. I just got to figure out how to fade in the photographs, and then you can take it and we can talk and we can figure out how we want to deploy it.
it's getting to feel pretty helpless, isn't it, KSG? It's like, you write letters. I know we aren't either, but I'm talking about for the American people as a whole. Like, where do they think this is going to go? All you have to do is look at history. Where do they think it's going to go? When people don't feel like they're being heard, when people feel like they have no rights, they have no power, they have no voice, they tend to go back to human instinct, which is what? Violence, chaos, destruction of private property. It's not good. They might want to lighten up a little bit. You know what I mean? They might want to rethink making $5 billion instead of $1 billion. Dude, you got your Ferrari, you have your mansion, relax.
The most important thing in the Build America 250 Act and the Soft Drive Act are the preemptions, right, to the states. So the problem is if there's a catastrophic accident, there's a Supreme Court precedent that goes all the way back to the year 2000. And that means these companies, like technology companies like Gatic and Aurora, are going to be preempted from liability. And that's also what I'm trying to change because there's going to be no product liability for these companies if they make a mistake. And that is not a good thing. And I'm working on drafting an amendment to be able to stop it.
That's awesome. Thank you for all your hard work, KSG. Thank you. It's awesome.
KSG, I need to hook you up with somebody later on. I need to get you in touch with you guys. Need to
powwow back and forth. But what people need to understand is, and I've been told not to say that, but I'm just trying to get people to understand that triangles are already a done deal. They're just trying to find the way around everything and all of the loopholes and make sure that they dotted their I's and crossed their T's so people like you can't get them. And that's what all this is about. Is they are literally just trying to make sure that they've got all of their I's and T's crossed, and then they're going to go into effect because they can't go forward with the 175,000 of these things that they want by 27. Right? They can't put them on the road until they can get rid of those triangles.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's the thing, though. That's the thing. If they try to go into effect with a 5-year thing, there's this thing called injunction stopping them that will be in play. Again, that's why I keep saying, if you're out on the road, anybody that's in here listening that is a truck driver that is driving across country, if you're a grandma or grandpa, if you see a truck out there with triangles, please send me, take pictures of them and send them to me. We're putting a study together of ourselves, of truck drivers, saying, hey, look, triangles have been around for hundreds of years, right? People know that triangles, you have to get over into the left lane. How many unalive events with truck drivers with triangles in the last 100 years that you never hear them being reported, right? Because there isn't right now. But if you look at tow trucks, there's been hundreds and hundreds of them with caution lights. So if the public, the motoring public knows that triangles means I need to get over into my left lane because there's a broke down vehicle, then they need to be spending trillions and trillions of dollars for our country to understand that we are going to change something that's been around for motoring public. You know, they haven't done the studies, they haven't showed the facts that hey, we're going to change this to make this right. And then this is where we get them. If we can hold them back with triangles to say, hey, there has to be triangles put out. That's how you're going to hold a driver in the seat because that's one of the only things that they can keep, keep a driver in the seat is by saying, hey, somebody's got to put triangles out. I mean, it's that simple. So I think it's worth the dog and pony fight, right? I think we invest the time that we have to invest in it to hold them back on triangles. It's going to buy a window, right? It's going to make it where they have to go back out, restudy, and bring these trucks in safer than what they're doing right now, and just throwing them out there to the wolves.
See what I mean? All that work we did. Go ahead. Sorry.
What's going to happen in this country when you take away the auto workers and the truckers and the nurses and the surgeons and stuff like that, the middle class, and you talk about crime and stuff like that? Imagine what it's going to be when the unemployment level is 30% in 10 years.
Well, we all know what it's going to be. It's going to be a third world country, just like a lot of other places. We don't want that. Our forefathers and all the people in the last 250 years did not sacrifice everything they've sacrificed, raising their families, working hard, sacrificing their life for this shit to happen to the middle class. Because the middle class is what makes America, right? I mean, small business is what built America and still builds America. Even in trucking, everybody thinks the mega carriers are so powerful. Dude, they're 14% of the freight in the United States. Mega carriers are nothing. You know what I mean? Compared to small business owner operators, tiny fleets, 5 or less trucks. That's what actually moves America. That's what supports the American economy. So,
the executive order that I was telling you about earlier, it's 14318, accelerating federal permitting of data center infrastructure. And then there's also another one called Winning the AI Race, America's AI Action Plan.
yeah.
Yeah, it was actually the big beautiful bill too. So I mean, it's been implemented. People that think that our savior is here to save us. Well, I got some oceanfront property for you. It's deep in the heart of Arizona. It's right there in Phoenix, and I'll throw the damn bridge in for you. Right? You got some in South Carolina this time. I'd rather do it. Yeah. I wanted to point one. I wanted to point one other thing out, Sean. Talk to FOPT. Ask him how many of his lights were working as his truck burned down the other day. Because he just went through it. So ask him how many of his lights were working while his truck was burning down, or was the only thing that was telling the oncoming traffic, the triangles out on the road, the thing that actually gave them notification.
That's a great point. How many lives did the triangle save? That's a great point.
I would still go back to fires, right? When a fire happens,
Electrical doesn't work. That beacon's not going to work. It's a place object that tells the motoring public they're in danger of, you know, whatever it is that's
Something.
with that truck, whether or not it is a flare up with the fuel tank or whether or not it's an all out, you know, runaway blow up.
Well, and the other thing is too, like I have pictures right now, right? It was downpouring. I couldn't even see out my window or my windshield probably like 100 feet. That's how bad it was pouring. But you know what I did see? I seen a reflection of triangles on the side of the interstate. I was like, oh, I better get my left lane, you know, because there was a semi sitting there and the reflection from those triangles. I don't know what they're using in those things, but I tell you what, if they stuck those on the back of our truck, everybody would be able to see us for days because that thing, that the light hit it and it just reflected it just right. So I mean, and what do you know when we're driving down the interstate and everybody turns their four ways on in a pouring storm? Man, I can't see nothing. I'm having to slow down because the guy in front of me's got his four ways blinking, and I'm all like, I can see you if you didn't have your four ways on. Now that you have your four ways on, now I can't see everybody around me. So I mean, I don't know who came up with the idea of turning four ways on when it's raining outside, but man,
Ain't that miserable?
I would not shake that man's hand and say, "Hey, you did us all a favor by telling everybody to turn their four ways on," because that is brutal. If you can't see, just pull over. You know what I mean. I'd rather you be over there on the shoulder versus right in the middle with four ways.
Hey, Sean.
It's almost as brilliant as running your brights in the fog, bro.
Hey guys, let's give, we got Truckin' City Media in the house. Let's give Truckin' City Media a second, and also Sean. Everybody else, KSG pastime. I don't know if you noticed this guy James talking in the chat, but he's saying some pretty cool things. So we might want to give him a follow. Truckin' City Media, welcome in. Thanks for being patient.
Yeah, just like on that Conway movie, I'm coming up alongside you, hearing y'all modulating and all that, you know, paying homage to those who ain't here no more.
Yep.
Something about this whole tollway thing. I mean, first of all, Vince, I agree with you. I agree with what I've so far heard Sean and KSG talking about when it comes to this whole tollway thing.
Mm-hmm.
But something I think that obviously escapes everybody, I thought I'd bring up here because I'm always a devil's advocate kind of guy. And maybe
That's awesome. Yeah.
What it is what it is.
You are who you are. It's all good, man. I'm not looking for followers either. I'm looking for genuine people to connect with. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I mean, just think about this rationally and logically for just a minute. If they're looking to invest millions of dollars and then eventually, as you say, Vince, turn this over to some foreign investor, what says we have to, if we have no choice, which usually when governments put things through, like Indiana's going to do, what then happens? We have no choice. Well, actually, frankly, we do. We actually do have a choice. Now, take, for example, all this hullabaloo over the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Everybody raised all kinds of get out about putting that into effect, about it starting, being designed, being built, who was right, who was wrong. And look at people today. As a trucker, I know I never used the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I'll go down through Morgantown and take 68 over to Fredericksburg before I travel that turnpike. And I simply refuse to give some foreign investor, or even a state agency for that matter, more money than I've already given them. I give it to them in highway taxes. Why should I pay toll too? You know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, and the only reason I bring that up, I don't mean to cut you off, Sean, but the only reason I bring that up is because we're going to be faced with the same consumer choice at the eventuality of the inception of a tollway that we don't want. We can sit online all day long and complain till we're blue in the face. But if these authorities want these things put through, they're going to be put through. And there's nothing we can say about it. And we have no choice but to accept it at that point. That don't mean we have to give our money to them. That don't mean we have to buy into the consumer language being thrown down our throats. There has no doubt got to be 1,000 different places and ways we can bypass an unwanted tollway.
Yeah, trucking history. Trucking history just said. Go ahead, Sean.
So it's funny you bring that up, right? So there's a study that we're doing, right? Because we love studies. to go around I-80, you go down 30, right? That's where most people go. That's where the majority of the traffic goes to go around. It's 20's under construction right now. Most of it you can't even go around. We found spots where there's no trucks going allowed. So anyways, to go around I-80, it's 101 red lights. 101 red lights to go down 30, and 2 railroad tracks. The hospitals there, I think, was 54. We're on I-80. On the toll road, it was like 176. Big number difference. That if something happens out there along these roads, the closest major hospital to get a driver to help save their lives is way further. So 64, I think it is down there. I just did that one. I can't even get around there. Right? It's all roads that says no trucks or no through trucks, no one over, no trucks over 5 tons. So I mean, a lot of these ones that we're trying to get around, they're blocked. They're basically forcing us now to go down toll roads, or we go out 100 miles out of our route, which you do. That's 57 miles to go down 30 and go across. But now we're putting our lives in danger to go around something that we should never be paying for in the beginning, right? If our forefathers built the road, the infrastructure for us to use, why are we using county roads and state roads to have to go around them? And like I said, I'm doing the studies.
Always work. I mean, so to your point, I mean, it's not always advantageous for us to have to be put in that situation, but when you're looking at it, you actually have to ask yourself the valuable question you are in fact raising right now. Does it pay to give into a system we didn't approve?
Bingo. Bingo.
Does it pay for us to go that extra 100 miles, spend maybe an extra 15 gallons worth of fuel to make the statement that, hey, you should have listened to us before you did something we didn't approve of?
Yep.
Yeah, man, I don't use toll roads at all, right? Like, so I'm totally against them. And there's several of them now that I'm, like I said, I'm doing studies on it to try to prove to show what they're doing is basically not price gouging, but they're making us where we have to, right? So the freedom of travel law, I'm really digging into it. If anybody has ever read into the freedom of travel law, it's basically saying that you have the right to travel across the United States free or willing, right? So I'm trying to compare. I know again it's a commercial side of it, but I'm trying to get a little loophole into that. If I can find one little loophole that'll get it into that law, it's game over. It's game changer. But however, right now it's kind of doing these researches and these studies to prove that our hands are tied behind our back. You know.
One more thing, because I know Vince is probably going to be eagerly kicking me off, but once again, thank you to everybody for letting me talk. But Sean, I love your point about the triangles. Because honestly, when we first started talking about these automated deals, I never even gave that a thought. But to hear you talk about it and explain it makes perfect freaking sense. I support it 100%, my man. I really 100% support it. It is the only way, I frankly agree with you, that we're going to be able to keep our finger on the pulse of what should happen with these autonomous rigs.
That's why we don't gatekeep, brother, because the problem right now is so many people gatekeep, or it's just me, or just selfishness. Like, we didn't get this far by selfishness. We got this far by working with one another. And right now, these 5,000 people that are ruining our lives, they're working together, and the other 350 million of us are not. So let's get the blue collars and the small business and the regular people to start working with one another so we can get this thing done and get our pursuit of happiness back on track where it belongs, not in their pockets.
I fully support that. I 100% support that. I want
Yep.
to keep everybody informed, inspired, and encouraged to do everything you can. Follow Sean, follow Vince. Watch everything that they're doing because, man, I'm telling you what, these guys, they're on point 100%. They're doing more than I could ever do. I do a live once a week on Sundays on my channel. You're welcome to join Fridays or Sundays. It's called Frontlines. You're welcome.
Love it.
Both you and Sean are also welcome. But besides that, I fully listen to everything you guys say, and I will go the extra mile. I will talk it. I will spread it.
Awesome. Yes.
You guys are doing. Thank you for doing it, and thank you for letting me get on and speak my piece. I thank both of you and all of you.
You're welcome.
And, if you want the letter on the triangles, I can send it over to you. I actually have a copy of it, of where they actually gave an extension for 60 days. Yeah, if you send me your email, that way I can send it to you. I can send it here on TikTok too, but it's just a lot easier when I'm actually flipping through, or I use Telegram as well to send my information in.
Yeah, I'll DM you my email address.
Awesome.
And like I said, anything with autonomous, I'll send it over to you. That's what I like to do. And of course, we have our roundtable meetings on Fridays as well, which you participated in there. This Friday is going to be amazing. We have a lot of topics that we're going to be hitting on. It's should be a full filled 2-hour meeting. That's just topic after topic after topic. We're going to be talking about Vince when he went to Indianapolis and how that went, how the outcome came of that. We're running some studies on like our numbers and our polling system of how that actually turned out. So that way we can, if we all was to do that and just got a bullhorn and went to every capital for one day and just sat out there and yelled on a bullhorn and said, hey, we don't want autonomous, I think they would know, hey, at least if anything, they know there's 48 people, or even 50 if we get Hawaii and Alaska involved in it. This is coming to them too.
Yeah.
I never want to leave them guys out because I know it's theirs and they're going to be facing the same thing. But if we all stood out in front of our Capitol with a bullhorn saying no to autonomous, or make sure they're coming in safe, or whatever, one slogan, it would make a difference, because now it's showing that each state has a thing. So that's what our roundtables are about: is just having these conversations of how do we get people involved? Because the more people involved, the more this thing's going to grow to where we can actually put a hand on it and say, hey, enough is enough. And we don't stop there, right? Autonomous is just a portion of it. Now we go after everything else of our triple taxes, the toll roads. It's funny. Everybody's like, man, you and Vince are, Sean and Vince is everywhere on things. I'm like, dude, we're going to throw that every single
Hey, and Sean,
I hope something is going to be great. Instead, it's like 50 things. I'm like, are you kidding me?
and while they're talking about it, we're doing it, and others are doing something about it. Like, act. Enough talk, man. We are all in a bad place. This isn't good.
Sometimes the actions we take as people and as truckers and as consumers, they may be small, but those small actions together, grouped together, all become one big announcement.
Bingo.
Think about it. We're talking about autonomous trucks. We're talking also about tollways. Well, I started on this, and I'm going to end on this. There is no law in the United States Constitution that requires us to submit our will to anyone. If we don't want autonomous rigs, if we don't want toll roads, okay, there's only so far we can exert our force as citizens. But on the other hand, if that's giving us a choice, we still have a choice. Just because they put autonomous rigs, don't mean we have to just blindly let them run them without the triangles. Don't mean we have to just blindly let them run over us and cause unsafe conditions on the road. Don't mean that we have to fully support every single company that 100% replaces human drivers with computers.
Keep writing your congressman.
Every single thing that gets put in front of us, we are given a choice, and I urge everyone watching to exercise your power of choice. No matter how small you think it is.
Yep, exactly.
Makes a huge difference.
Yes, it's not small. It's not a small action.
Point something out real quick, and I'm gonna get out, right? Boycotts have literally shaped this nation. Ask Budweiser, okay? They bought it for billions of dollars, and they sold it for pennies on the dollar back to the guy that owned it because he wanted to save it, because it was done and it was finished.
When
I'm starting the boycott list, and
awesome.
It's up to people whether or not they want to participate or whether or not they want to add stuff to it. I'm making it so that people can give me information that I can research, and I can add it. I'm not making it so that people can just put stuff on it, because it is open to the public, and people like to put stuff on it that really shouldn't be there. So I'm not allowing people to actually put stuff on my webpage like I'm allowing Vince and Sean and a couple other people to do, but I am allowing the public to
produce information that I can research and others can research, and I'm probably going to make it so that others can actually see the stuff that's coming in. But that's what it's all about, is we get that list out there, we get that link out there, we get it on Truckers United, we get it on We the Truckers, we get it everywhere, and we start working together, and we stop working against each other, right? That's what this is all about, and people don't really quite understand what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, I'll be like, you guys will, I mean, both you, Sean, Vince, all you guys, if you want to send me like little graphics that, send your message or whatever, I'm not opening up my community feed on YouTube, but I am going to start posting more stuff on YouTube because I find people respond really well to my YouTube community feed. So I will gladly put whatever you guys want to talk about and whatever you feel is important. I will gladly put it on Trucking City for everyone to see. So
Awesome. Thank you.
let me know what you like, and I will gladly put it up. I do it probably once a day,
I love it.
and I don't really spend a whole lot of time doing it, but I gladly do it because I want to make trucking great again. And I'll leave you on this. My thing goes, the drivers, the trucks are what make the deliveries, but it's the drivers that make the difference. Aurora, pay attention to this. It's the drivers that make the difference. So you guys keep the wheels turning. You guys keep the fires burning. And we'll be back here fighting a good fight with you guys.
I love it.
Thank you for letting me talk.
No worries. Thanks for coming up, brother. Later.
And I was gonna say real quick, the reason why we're going after toll roads is because there is a link to toll roads to autonomous trucks. If we look at I-70 corridor, we look at the grants that Ohio actually got for autonomous and the toll road system, and there is a strong connection in between them. And not only that, why Indianapolis for the I-70 is a major key point, is because down the road, they're the ones that's asking Congress to say, "Hey, look, give us the power back to our states. These are our roads. These are our interstates that go through our states. We want to have power over." But now they can do toll roads on any part of it, and not actually have to ask Congress. Don't have to ask the people if we feel that it's right or wrong, or if we want them or we don't want them. They can do whatever they want. So that's why Indianapolis is a real key point in this fight to get them to that stop, or just to stop them completely. I mean, it's just get them in their tracks. This is not a thing that, hey, they're going to come in and how we slow it down or anything. This has to be a win, and that's what we're going for. We're not wasting our time just to do it. I mean, we're sending them letters. Vince went in there and was like, "Hey, look, we know where the money came from, boys. We know where the money came from. It came from the hardworking American people, the truckers' background. And once we show them it, and then we know that we're watching." They're gonna start to realize that, hey, there's people that are paying attention to this. We can't just get away with what we want. We got to do it the way we have to do it. So
Yeah. I'm going to put up a QR code for everyone right now. If you're interested in listening to an audio, we have 120 pages of mental health awareness for the truck. It also has an audio version. If you're ready, you can take a screenshot of this QR code, and this will take you to wethetruckers.com, but it'll take you straight to the mental health awareness for truck drivers. So if you're interested in reading this, go ahead and take a screenshot right now. I'll leave it up for 3 more seconds or so. And yeah, there was a lot of hard work put into this. It's really easy to read. 120 pages. It's more like 20 pages. It really is. It's so simple and easy to read, which is great, right? But now's the time, everyone. Now's the time to act, right? And we're not advocating for violence or tyranny. You want to elevate and be better than they are, right? That's what they're probably going to do eventually. Forget the flock cameras. I want a camera in every representative's office. How about that? Audio and video. Whoever I vote for, if they get in, I want a camera in there. Let's see how they like it. And that's what I've told any company that's wanted to put a camera in my truck. the first thing I say to them is, okay, let me put a camera in your office then. I want to stare at you. You can have a camera in my truck and you can watch me drive all day. But when I'm on my 30-minute break or my 10-hour break, I want to stare at you and see how you like it. You know what I mean? Usually when you tell people that, they're not too fond of it. But the
Speaking of cameras in the truck,
I was just going to say the abuse of power, enough is enough. This greed is evil. And these people, man, these global elites, the corporate giants, and a lot of the representatives within the government, it's just damn money. Money is the root to all evil. And it's getting to a point where there's too much control. There's too much power within a small group of people. And the only way to get back your freedoms, the only way to get back your paycheck of what you've already earned that you're not making is to get involved. It's like what Woodburt Run said, or Trucking City Media said, even a tiny, tiny, tiny act can make a ripple effect that'll go across the entire ocean. So get involved somewhere, guys. Go ahead, Wood. Did you have something to say?
I was gonna say, in Greer, South Carolina, two city police officers for Greer, South Carolina were fired from the Greer City Police Department for misusing flock cameras. They were
I heard
actually
about that.
tracking,
Yeah, I heard about that.
they were actually tracking loved ones
Yeah.
or someone that they needed to basically check up on them, see where they were going. So they're that flock cameras are part of the technology too, so they can track the trucks as they're moving across the. Notice how they're near the interstates and the back roads and all that
Dude,
stuff.
they're on
So that's all.
trails. They're on
So,
walking trails, hiking
if you want
trails.
to help, if anybody wants to help with fog cameras, this is what I've been doing. Is if you're on FV and you have each city, each county, each state has them. They have like where you complain about your city, right? Group. And they're talking about like people not parking the way they should, or where people are parking the way they should be. County commissioners, they complain about everything. They have every group. I guarantee it across this nation. They have it on FB. Put a couple things about flock cameras in those ears and watch it go crazy. This is what I've been doing across this nation. Is I've been using these little small little groups on Facebook, and I post something on there, and I put, hey, who's advocating for flock cameras in our city? And I mean, it goes. It's the same. We're playing with it, testing it out. I think flock cameras. I think they're kind of going to be at a standstill real fast. It's, every time I go into one of those groups, they're like, "Hey, we're stopping it. We're stopping it. Like it's not going in." There's been now several cities now that are saying that they're taking them out. So I think it's great. I mean,
I do
it's
too.
one of the key puzzles, you know.
Big move.
I do too. Coronado, welcome back, brother.
I fell over. I had a bad thing.
Oh man, what happened?
Oh, no, AT&T, got the mine.
Oh, that's why I got Verizon, bro. AT&T, nothing works as good as Verizon for a truck driver.
Yeah, Verizon's supposed to be the best. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I hope man, this is cool, huh, Sean? This life was better than our regular. It's pretty good. You never know.
Sometimes it does. I mean, it all depends, as we say, like we do at roundtables, not everybody can be there at once, and it's cool to
Hey,
actually have a little bit of a thrown in live to get other people when you guys are free, like I said, this is on our channel, it's your guys' channel, and tonight, this just said, hey, let's go live, and I was all like, what else we got to do? Let's do it, So,
yep.
these are the things that, these little freebies that we call them, when you get us together, these are great conversations. And guys, I want to thank every single person that's came up in this live or is in here supporting us. This is your guys' channel. Feel free at any time to come up and have a conversation about any part of the trucking industry. We listen. We want to fix it, and the only way to fix the problem is if we know about a problem. And I have a long list of things that, we all have a long list of things that we're trying to get challenged and try to get accepted. From mental health to the feats that we're talking about and the trucking industry to the steps. I mean, why can somebody tell me that the steps are 50% higher than what OSHA allows for their standard? These are the things that we can fix. We can fix them together. All it is just us getting together and saying enough is enough, and we're not going to do it. So, with that being said, I'll give it back over to Vince. But thank you, every single person that's in here. Learning stuff. This is an educational lie, right? We do a lot of research. We're not just kind of gathering information and just talking about stuff. The stuff we're actually talking about has been researched, but we always say go check it for yourself, because the only way you're going to learn to do the research is to actually do it and come back and say I'm wrong.
Trust but verify.
If you tell me I'm wrong, I would love it, and always fact check things. TikTok, all these other social media stuff. We hear stuff on there, unless it's actually using a federal website that has documentation. I wouldn't believe it for a grain of salt. I got an email just the other day, and they're saying, "Hey, OIDA is doing a heck of a job. They're for the American 250 Act because it's got parking money in there. It's got this in there. It's got a whole bunch of things that's hidden behind the scenes that looks good, but in reality, they're pushing upon them. It's like it's going out of style. So, are they really for this 250 Act, or somebody may have took their identity and now sending emails out telling truck drivers that they all should be for it? Who knows? Did Aurora do that? Are they using these things? So, I wouldn't. Unless you can factual information, which I am going to call IDA and ask them if they're for it. You know what I mean? They'll answer the phone and I'll be like, if you guys are for it, just know that you guys sort yourself out. If they said no, we're not against it, then we're going to push it out.
They'll answer the phone, but they won't let you talk to the main dude.
See, that needs to change, and we can change that. We can change that. If enough of us get involved, we unite, and we become those truckers like in the 70s. Who was it? There was one guy in here. Where is he? Okay, I don't know where he is now. But he was saying earlier how the 70s and 80s was the best for trucking. Now, I wasn't a truck driver back then. Wild Child could tell you how that was. A few of you other guys and gals can say how it was. But this isn't the type of country I want to live in. I mean, I'll never abandon America, right? I know most of you won't, but the only way we're going to get this fixed is together. And I don't know about you, but dude, a year ago, that's why we got involved. That's why Sean got involved. Pastime for a Change. He's been doing it for 12 years. There's a lot of advocates out here. WeTheTruckers.com will show you a lot of advocates out here. Welcome back, KSG. And it's time to act. Enough with the talking, enough with the complaining. Let's act. Let's do what our forefathers did. Let's make them proud. Let's make our great grandparents proud. It's time for action, man. This shit it's it. The gates are closing around you. Have you guys ever heard about the dog on a chain theory? How, every year you just take one link out of the dog. It starts with 50 links, and every year you just take one link out. But within 50 years, right? The dog is inside his house and he's comfortable. Yeah, and he doesn't know any different, and he's happy with just one chain link sitting in his house, just drinking food, drinking water and eating food. Well, that's us. We're like guinea pigs. They look at us like we're cattle. We're not cattle. We're human beings. We're no different than they are. They just think they're better than us. We run this country, not them, not the government. We run it.
We need to teach them that the American worker is not obsolete.
That's right. That's right. And the American citizen is the one that tells them what to do. Stop listening to the global elites and the corporate giants. Our representatives, in my humble opinion, our representatives, all they're doing is working for the corporate giants and the global elites. That's it. They don't work for us. They don't even care what we say. Yeah.
Quit listening to the
That's how you got all the illegals over here driving trucks that don't have no licenses because bureaucrats pushed it. Says all we got is a trucker shortage. California messed up. Yeah, big time. We got a big trucker shortage.
Hold on. Wood, hold on. Let Otis finish, guys. Otis was talking. Let him finish real quick. It's okay.
I was in Minnesota. You could go to Ember Grove Heights. And this was years ago. And they brought in Somalians. They brought in people from Bosnia, Somalia, all over the country. Right there in Minnesota. I watched it for years. There was a mechanic shop that I would go to get my truck worked on. Well, then all of a sudden they moved in there and they took that whole shop over. And guess who they was pulling for?
Who?
FedEx Ground.
Damn.
FedEx Ground was hiring people from Bosnia, people from Somalia that could not read or write or speak no English or nothing.
Yeah,
And
so
they took that over.
you want to know how that happens? You know, and remember, everything said here is for entertainment purposes only, right? Sorry, I had a itch in my eye. So what happens is, you know, a big corporation. A big corporation like FedEx, well, they want to make more money, right? They're greedy. They want to make more money. So they go hire a lobbyist for $500,000. And that lobbyist and the ATA get together and they go and they tell Congress and Senate, there's a truck driver shortage. We need work visas, right? So we need, 200,000 work visas. And Congress and Senate are like, oh, really? Because all us other blue collar workers, we're too busy running 90 hours a week, right? So we don't even know what's going on. We're not getting involved. We're not doing anything. So then Congress and Senate pass something where, yeah, let's give out 200,000 work visas because we have a truck driver shortage. And then those people from all over the globe come here to the States with no training, 2-3 weeks of training. They come here, they don't speak English, whatever. And then they start working as an American truck driver, right? And then those mega carriers like FedEx, they're going to make an extra $1,500 to $2,000 a week. They're going to pay that work visa person, and you can't blame the man or woman that comes here from another third world country that wants to support their family. You can't blame them for that. I don't blame that man or woman. But what we have to do is we have to stop, corporations like FedEx. We have to stop the ATA. Yeah, we have to stop Congress and Senate from screwing the American truck driver, the real American truck driver who's trying to live here and pay their mortgage here or their rent here or pay for their car payment. Enough is enough. I barely support my family and it's not right. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's huge corporations, period. Though it's not just FedEx or anything like that. It's Wally World. I'll pronounce it as that. That it's a lot of these people that are out here pushing cheap drivers because the more drivers they put out here, the cheaper the shipping becomes. Right. Everybody wants free shipping, right? When you order something, do you want to pay an extra $15 to have it shipped to your house? And that's the way they look at it.
Right.
They keep pumping more and more people out here to drive the wages down.
Yep.
And that's all it is.
And who? And then the corporations get richer. 2,000 families get richer, and now they can afford a 10th Ferrari, and you and I can't pay for our Honda Civic every month. You know what I mean? Enough is enough. Enough.
Corporations are not just owned by people that live in the United States. People from all over the world invest in corporations, and that corporate money now, because of Citizens United, can go and choose the leaders that we have that change the laws here in the United States. I'm not worried about somebody going into a voting booth and rigging an election. I'm worried about somebody in a corporation buying a senator or a congressman and changing the laws and lobbying against us as the people. Right. We're letting rich people run this country. We need to quit worshiping money and stand up for the working class.
Boom.
The other 99% of this country. Thank y'all.
You know,
I'm gonna say like amen a few times after that one. That was good.
yeah.
That was great.
And I'm gonna piggyback off that. And I'm gonna say this, and I say this from the deepest part of my heart. I say this respectfully. I don't give a shit about other countries anymore. I only care about the United States of America and everybody that is in it being lawful, working hard, supporting their families, and being a patriot for this country. America is going down on a ship right now. I ask everybody a question. Are you A, going to jump ship and go to another country like a lot of people are doing around the world coming here? Or B, are you going to stay and fight for your country? Like John F. Kennedy said. I'm just saying, what if you could? What if you could afford to leave? I mean, where there's a will, there's a way, right? Everybody could work a couple weeks and leave.
I'm gonna stand up and fight. Right?
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. If I was born in Iran, you know who I'd be advocating for right now? Iran or Afghanistan or China or any other. If I lived in China right now, I'd be advocating for China. I probably also wouldn't be breathing saying some of the things I say here. But what does that tell you? You know, let's act before we don't have a chance to act anymore. And there's the Gestapo everywhere on every corner. It's already bad. Look at all these videos you see with law enforcement just violating everybody's rights. And I support law enforcement. I do. But they are hiring. There's a reason they're hiring people at $55,000 a year to be law enforcement. What a joke. I think law enforcement should be making a minimum 150 a year, but it should be a strong person, somebody with a healthy mind, somebody that's trained really, really well. Same with the truck driver. There should be extensive training. 18 months, 18 months minimum. You know, it's like the longer I'm a truck driver, the more I'm like, man, we need longer training. You know, when I first started being I was trained for 6 weeks, and I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'll be vulnerable. I'll be honest. 12 years ago, I graduated after 6 weeks. I had a legal CDL. I had my CDL. I passed all the tests. When I went to my first company, I did not know how to hook up a tractor to a trailer. I didn't know how to hook up a truck to a trailer. I was never taught that. I mean, you could figure it out if you tried. You could figure it out, but you shouldn't have to. I mean, that's trucking 101. How to hook up a truck to a trailer? How did I spend $3,000 and I didn't know they didn't teach me to hook up a truck to a trailer? That's crazy. And that was 12 years ago. So imagine what it's like now. That's why there was an officer unalived in Michigan the other day, right? Someone was, the driver was on his phone, whatever, not paying attention, and he clipped the officer, ended his life. The officer was pulling over some other truck. I heard Pontificator said it. If you go watch Leander Pontificator, he says in one of his videos 30 years ago when he was driving, and I've never heard this. I want to see if you guys have heard this. He said, he was taught when an officer pulls you over, you turn your flashers on first to let the officer know that he's behind you. Then second, you slow down 5 miles an hour under the posted speed limit, and then three, you go to your closest off ramp to the on ramp, and then you park safely where the officer can do their job. Nobody's taught that today, though, right?
But if you do that today, like we've got officers that they're not trained. They come up to you and they start yelling at you. Why
Ego.
didn't you stop? Why didn't you stop?
Well, okay, again, training.
Yeah.
Ego, right? Pride. Why does the officer?
I've had that happen to me. I've had that happen to me.
Well, that's what I'm doing in the
Yeah, that's the
future.
thing, like, and then when you talk to one of them crazy ones that you're talking about, that's yelling at you, they'll yell back, well, how do I know what you have in your car? You could have been calling people up here to 2 miles up the road to meet me here. And it's like, hey, but if I had friends that close, I probably wouldn't be not driving a truck.
And not only that, not only that, you shouldn't be a police officer if you're afraid of being ambushed. Because, the badge alone and the uniform alone, you are the target. Hello, for criminals, you are the target. So if you're afraid of being ambushed, don't sign up for law enforcement. You know what I mean? So, let's see.
I thought that the officer knew like why I kept going. I was looking for like a safe spot, and as soon as I pulled over, oh, he went ballistic. Why did you this fucking stop me? Did you not see me? Did you not see
Damn.
my lights? I'm like, dude, do you not know like I gotta look for like a safe spot to pull over? God damn it!
Wow.
I like to slam on the brakes when I pull over, so that way they almost hit the back of me, and then that really gets them heated up.
Oh, man. He's kidding, by the way. He's kidding. He's never done that.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Who knows?
Oh, man. Good
No,
stuff.
but I did want to say something though before we got swabbed on that one. I don't know if you guys ever seen, but I saw it. why we came to America was because we got tired of paying the taxes that all these other countries were making us pay, the kings and the queens and everything. So America was to make it less. I'm going to say that I bet we're probably paying more taxes than what they were paying back in the day. I mean, you go on your food tax. I mean, everything you do is taxed nowadays. So it's insane what we're paying. I've been trying to do a study of how much an actual person spends in a day, but if you have a sin tax, right? If you use tobacco or anything else, man, I guarantee it has to be crazy how high the taxes that you pay every day just to walk in this country. So
Yeah.
these are the things that I look at. It's just like, wow, Vince is definitely having hot dogs. Oh yeah, but guess what the wife ate tonight? She felt bad for you. She bought a pizza. She ate pizza. She ate pizza.
Ah, man. Hey, little girl, you want some candy? Hey, I might as well have gone to the I-40 while I was at it. You know what I mean? Oh, I won't do that again. Yeah. Just so everyone knows, we are trying to put together, if you're not following Freakin' Truckin' on TikTok, Freakin' Trucking is his handle. And he put together a once a month, it's not really a barbecue. It's just feeding truckers, getting together, just talking about mental health awareness, talking about e-logs, talking about whatever you want to talk to. Just, getting together and talking to each other. And last night we did our first month of doing it. We're trying to aim for the 15th. That can change if it doesn't work for people, but we're trying to inspire truck drivers, small carriers to do this. And what inspired it was what happens during Driver Appreciation Week. Right? The office staff get the drivers swag, the TVs, the t-shirts, the bingo, the winning prizes, right? They get the steak and potato or the pizzas, or they get everything, and we're out here working our butts off. So you know what, again, right? If you want something done right, you got to do it yourself. Action over words. So we got together, us three, the big screen, we kept blowing it up like this, we kept doing this, and just we were going just back and forth with us three. I was in Pennsylvania, Sean was in Ohio, and Freakin' was in Arkansas. Morning Coffee with Bob came up. He was in where was he? Michigan? I forget. Kansas? I forget. But anyways, yeah, Tennessee. That's right. So Bob and Deb came up. Man, it was a blast. We the Truckers was there. I think they were in Indiana. It was a blast. So we hope that it goes nationwide. How cool would that be? Once a month for like 4 hours, truck drivers, every truck stop just got together and bullshitted over some bread. It broke some bread together. Just tell stories, whatever. Just got together and talked and had a good time. It'd be fun.
People used to get out in the truck stop and barbecue.
That's what inspired it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I got another answer for you. What happens during Trucker Appreciation Week? The autonomous truck hearing.
Yeah.
They had the autonomous truck hearing in 22 during Trucker Appreciation Week. That's what happened.
That doesn't shock me at all.
So much. They had a hearing for autonomous trucks and what they were going to go do going forward.
Wow.
Used to back in Driver's Appreciation Month, I went across Nebraska and got into North Platte Scale over there, and they actually had me a hamburger cooked on the grill. They had me a soda and everything, and they didn't even look at my paperwork or nothing. Just put me in there, and they said, "Yeah, here's your hamburger, all that."
Oh, isn't that cool?
That was in Nebraska. That was in North Platte, Nebraska, where that happened at.
Yeah, so the safety council actually puts those on. They used to. I don't know if they even still do it. It's been a while since I actually got with them, but each state has a safety council for trucking, kind of like the ATA. Anyways, they actually get together and they make hamburgers and hot dogs, and they'll sit in the scale house. So it used to be a heck of a group. It's been a few years. They're the ones that put on the trucking rodeo. If you're familiar with that, they do the cones where you back and you maneuver and they have the tests and all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so We used to actually sit out in the scale houses. I actually even helped some in Nebraska. Went down there and volunteered my time to hand truck drivers food. So those are the organizations that we'd like to see come back. You know what I mean? I don't know, but they're not there anymore. Like I've been out here for a while, and I haven't seen it happen again. But South Dakota used to be real big on it. Nebraska in 08. In 08, yeah. It's been several years ago. So yeah, we used to get out there and hand food out. Like it was cool. I mean, it was awesome to see truck drivers be happy and excited for some food. So if we can bring that stuff back, we can bring back our industry. And I think those are little things that's kind of disappeared out of the industry for a reason. Let's keep these guys driving. Let's keep them drinking the water and the poisons, as we call it. And we'll make what's fair to them. We're gonna get college students to come in. We're gonna hire them in the SMCSA. They're gonna get grants. They're gonna file their own grants, get paid from us, send that money back out of there, and then make the rules for the truck drivers because they know what's best for us.
They know what's best for us. Right. So let's show them. Yeah.
That's right. We'll take it back.
Yep. That's right. All right, everyone. We're going to be ending the live here soon. Pastime, any last words, brother?
I just want to say thanks for, hosting the live. Thanks, Sean, for coming up. Thanks to everybody that came up today. Without everybody coming up, there really isn't anything other than, me playing music in a room. So, there's that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's right.
Like I said, bringing back up my new account after I get a picture on it because it doesn't even have a picture. It's just white.
What's the new account? Tell everybody so they can go follow.
It's just ptfac.com.
Okay. Pastime for a change. PTFAC. Yeah. Yep. All right. Awesome. All right, brother. Have a great night. Thanks for coming up and thanks for all the support, man. All right.
Thank you, everybody. Great. Hey, Sean.
All right, Coronado.
Me and another driver left Gary, Indiana one morning, and he went across 80. I went across 30, and we had to deliver at the same place. I didn't know that, but they were unloading me, and he showed up like 25, 30 minutes later, and he says, "Didn't you just leave Gary, Indiana?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I left in front of you." I said, "Yeah, I know." He said, "I run the toll road, and you beat me here." I said, "I've been here for 25, 30 minutes. The dude that was unloading my tank, he said he's been here for at least 30 minutes. He said, "Which way did you come?" I said, 30. So
Wow.
the red lights didn't hurt me that bad.
Wow.
You got lucky. You must have been all like green.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not going to take your statistic into consideration. No.
I went through there today. Oh my goodness! I bet I hit 50 of them bad boys. It was just stop go. And I got the wife with me, and she was in the back, and she's like, "All you do is just stop and go. I can't sit back here, and I can't enjoy watching TV while you're going down the road." I was just like, "Hey, I'm not the one that decided to put 101 red lights on this little stretch of road here. It's don't take it up with me." But then she finally came up. But yeah, we hit every stop, and we hit 50 of them. It was crazy.
Wow.
Did you tell her that you was watching the big screen, though?
Big screen right out in front of me. Yeah. All it was playing was just playing the same episode over and over again. Red.
You guys are bad.
I didn't run the toll roads years ago, which I don't run them now. But the company that I was working for, they said, "Why you always do this, do that?" And I'm like, "I ain't running toll roads." So I refused to run a toll road. Well, then they wind up start paying for all our tolls, and I still wouldn't run them. I'd run 30.
Wow.
If I come out of Pennsylvania, I'll drop down 76, went down through.
But here's the thing, Otis. Otis, if we don't fight this and stop it now, they'll just eventually toll everything everywhere, and you won't be able to get anywhere. That's all they'll do. You know what I mean?
Toll roads should be illegal anyway, because every state gets a $550 for every truck that rolls through that state. If that truck's from that state, they get $550 plus the tag and all that. And toll roads should be illegal to start with.
Yeah.
There's actually a law against how much road they can toll in a certain state.
Exactly.
Wow.
It needs to be stopped because I mean, you get on 76 in Pennsylvania running all the way to the other end. A little buddy of mine running, he said it cost him $195.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Across the George Washington Bridge costs a truck over $100 now.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. Well, let's get involved and let's change it.
It's crazy. You figure up he paid over $190 to come across that state. And you figure out how many trucks that come across that state.
Hey, can I
It's
tell?
$1 billion business a day.
Hey, can I give you another point, Vince? As far as your toll road thing,
Sure.
running through those RFID readers, it reads your phone, your credit cards, everything. And if they're selling that technology to another country and foreigners, I would be concerned about that.
Yeah, they are.
So,
They probably are.
and then they're also selling it to tow yards for if you didn't pay your bills. They're actually buying the data so they can go get repo your vehicle, knowing that you get these points. There's a lot of the toll road systems that they are selling a lot of our data that's collected. It also does the face recognition too as well. It's just like a flock camera. And checking running you through a database to see if you have any warrants or anything else. And I get it, right? And I tell these people when we're talking about flock cameras, but criminals have protection as well. You know, you got to look at it saying, hey, if we're going to take our data as a law-abiding citizen and run into the systems, are we a criminal now too, or
Yeah, you know what?
is everybody just treated equal? So
Yes.
we have to look at.
Unless you are committing a crime or the officer has reasonable articular suspicion, they are not to ID you. There are some stop and ID states, but I'm not going to live in a stop and ID state. No, thank you. The more freedoms you allow being taken away from you, the more they will take because there are psychopaths out there that love power, your power. They have nothing better to do than to take away your freedom. They love it. They enjoy it. I don't know how people have so much time on their hands than to worry about what I'm doing or what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing. Why does anybody care what I'm doing? Unless we're committing a crime, right? Or we're doing something to hurt somebody else. But other than that, do not tread on me. It's very simple. Otis, thank you for coming in, brother. You have a fabulous night. All right.
You too. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
All right, brother. Later, Woodburn.
Make sure you come back and hang out with us again for sure.
Yeah. Later, Woodrun.
Absolutely, I will. I enjoy you guys, and I support you 100%.
Thank you. We enjoy you coming up too, man. Drivers like you make it possible, man. You make it entertaining enough for people to watch and comment and like and share. And this is great, man. This is what we're doing. This is your guys' channel. This isn't our channel. This is, you know what? If we could get this one day to where people can come up and say whatever they want, this is what it's for. This is what this platform is for us, is for you guys to come up and be honest. As long as we're following, of course, TikTok's policies. There's certain keywords you can't say, but other than that, you are welcome to come up here for at least 3 minutes and say whatever it is you think. You will never be insulted, put down, ridiculed. You will never be interrupted here. You are safe here. All right. Unlike many other TikTok channels that everybody just insults each other and laughs at each other and puts people down, you won't get that here. We won't do that to you here because we want to know how you feel and what you think because it matters. Every single driver matters. Period. End of story. It is time to act. Enough talking. More action, folks. Come on, let's go. We're trying to motivate you. We hope we did motivate you tonight. If you have not been to WeTheTruckers.com yet, oh, buddy, WeTheTruckers.com has a lot of great things on there to occupy your time. Much better than doom scrolling. I'm telling you, much better than doom scrolling. I drive for change. Check that out. How beautiful is that? That's pretty beautiful, ain't it, Sean? And then before you say anything, Sean, I have a QR code. Get your phone ready. Take a screenshot of what I'm about to show you. We have a QR code for mental health awareness in the trucking industry. If you're interested in reading this 120 very easy page document to read. We also have an audio version for you guys. So if you're driving, you can listen to the audio version of it. Here's the QR code. Hang on. Let me set my phone right here real quick. Real quick, like. All right. Here is the QR code. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that. Let me back out a little bit. This is the mental health awareness booklet. This will take you directly to WeTheTruckers.com. Let me get it in there for YouTube. If you didn't take a screenshot of it, again, you can go to WeTheTruckers.com and you can find it there. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I'm gonna let Sean finish up, and then I'll finish up.
She's over here playing on my weakness. You know what I mean? I love when those guys call for extended warranty. Those are my favorite good laughs, and they keep you awake if you're tired. But hey guys, I just want to say it's another great live, right? That's a great night for having communication, talking about the stuff that most people don't want to talk about because it is a touchy subject. But we're here to tell you that it's not. So thanks for everyone that came into the live, supported it, got to come up and talk. If we didn't get to see you this time, we'll be on live, I think tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow. So,
Oh yeah, almost forgot.
a chance to get in tomorrow night. So, that's what we're here for. So, but if we unite together, we can make change. Me and Vince is here to fight, along with our team, the people that we have going on with us. Like I said, we the truckers, KSG. There's several of them. I'd be running out of breath of people that's gotten together and said, hey, you know what? We're going to join the fight. We're going to make change together. So we encourage you guys to come on board. We welcome everyone home that wants to put the time in it, to the research, getting out there with a bullhorn. You know what I mean? Getting out into truck stops and talking to drivers, having the communications. We've made tools. We basically have made toolboxes now with tools loaded in it. All you gotta do is roll that toolbox out and start putting it to work. Our mental health, phenomenal work. It's basically talking about mental health, how it starts out. We always talk about the end result, but we never start talking where it happens at, where the beginning is. So do the things that Benza and myself and multiple people have came up with of saying, how do we make change in our industry? By doing the little things. Why we take the big challenges are. Vince was just in Indianapolis, out there showing what our industry, what you can do for our industry. It's not that hard. It's just getting out there and doing it, putting your feet out on the ground and saying, hey, I am going to do this today. We're going to start holding people accountable for this and taking advantage of our hard work, our sacrifices that we do, taking money away from us and our families. It's time for us to gather in numbers and say, hey, enough is enough. It's our industry. We're going back. So with that, guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys coming in. We had some great conversations. Met some good, amazing people in this industry that actually care about our industry, cares about the brotherhood and the sisterhood. And that's what it's all about. Our industry was back in the day was based off of brotherhood, stopping out there and making sure everybody was okay and if they needed water. So let's bring that back. We can do it. We can do it together. All it takes is it starts with you, myself, and I. That's all it takes. Saying, hey, I'm going to change the ways our industry has been going in this direction and bring that back. So, make sure you guys vote. This is a crucial year this year. Don't just vote for president. We should vote for our congressmen, our county commissioners, everything. Those are the people that control the more power. The president, he only has limited power, so the real true power is in Congress, county commissioners. So with that being said, Vince, it's all yours.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Sean. Oh,
Thanks for everything you do. I forgot to tell you that. And thanks for everything you do. Thanks for giving that time away from your family to help fix this industry. Because it takes a special person to show other people, hey, you can do this, right? It takes that person to say, hey, I'm going to do it, to show everybody else they can do it. So, we don't even call you a guinea pig. We call you the man with a plan. You know what I mean? That's what it is, a man with a plan. And yeah, I mean, it's hard work. You know, the money, the time invested into to go to Indianapolis. You got to say, hey, family, I'll be back when I get back. You're also saying, hey, this is what it's going to take for a budget to get there. You may take a shorter load, you know what I mean, or a less paying load, just to try to fix this industry. And guys, if Vince can do it, I can do it. We all can do it, right? What's losing a couple $100 to try to fix the industry? It's going to come back to you eventually. When they're paying rates like they should be, holding people accountable, we lower those taxes down, we put that back in our pockets. We, get the broker to say, hey, you know what, we're going to agree that we work for you guys. We're going to give you the best rate we can get. Our industry we fix. So invest a little bit of money right now because down the road you're going to get a big return off of it. And now with that, I give it back to you guys.
right on. Yeah, no, and thanks for everything you do too, Sean. So, we had that get together yesterday at the truck stops. We hope that y'all will join us. If you want to get involved, we're doing it every 15th of the month. We're going around, we're sharing the big screen TV on social media. We're live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and X, every live. Our permanent lives, this was just a special, just BSing and having fun tonight. But let's see, we do Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and X. And we do Friday evening, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, those are our two regular lives. And then we have a round table that if you want to get involved, you can come to our round table meeting. That's at 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So if you don't know what to do or how to get involved, just go ahead and DM Sean or I. We'd be more than happy to give you some information or just talk to you and see what can you do. It's time for us to act, y'all. It's enough talking's not getting us anywhere, right? Writing these letters, emails, we're just being gaslit and we're being placated. I truly believe our representatives, most of our representatives, they're not working for us anymore. So we need to change that. And we have the power to change it. We have a thing called a constitution, many amendments to this beautiful thing called the Constitution. So please get involved somewhere. If you don't get involved here, get involved somewhere. There's a lot of different advocacy groups that are working really hard to try to make all our lives better. WeTheTruckers.com is a great place to go find those advocates for in the trucking industry. Yeah, tonight was great. Thank you for the likes, the shares. Thank you for the comments. All you people commenting, thank you so much because you all make it possible for us to do this and keep doing this, right? And give gifts and all those things. When we get gifts, we put all those right back into you guys. When you come up on the screen and you find the courage to come up and talk or turn on your video, whatever you feel comfortable with, we throw those gifts right back. So we don't keep a dime of it. Like Sean was saying, going to Indianapolis, I was super nervous. I was being a lone man, like I was all by myself. But then when I got there, I had a full team with me, right? At one time, we had 70 people up on the live. So it was amazing. Y'all make me feel empowered. When we get together, we the people, it makes me feel empowered. I feel like I'm not alone. And, that the live tonight, I was sitting here on my 34 at a shipper, just literally sitting here all night all day on my 34. We got on the live. This is great for mental health. Getting involved and talking to other truck drivers that understand your lifestyle. That's what's so powerful and great about social media is we have the opportunity to talk to each other who understands us better than each other. So nobody else is going to do the work for us. The only way we're going to make change is if we change it ourselves. So please get involved. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Remember, Tuesday mornings, 10 a.m. Pacific, Friday afternoon, 5 p.m. Pacific. Be here or be square. WeTheTruckers.com. If you haven't checked it out already, you're missing out. You're missing out. Thanks for being part of the team, Dutch. And I drive for change. Please drive for change. That's what it's all about. Indianapolis, Indiana, going to the state capitol yesterday, fighting for truck drivers and fighting for hosers, which is Indiana citizens. It was a very empowering feeling. The fact that we can even get out there and protest is an awesome right that we have as Americans, to let the governor, Mike Braun's, know we're not okay with the I-70 being told and then given to other countries at 54 freaking cents a mile, dude. Like, what are you trying to do? Put more small business, blue collar workers out of business? And if you're a company driver and you don't think that's going to affect you, well, think again, because your carrier is going to take it out on you. You're going to make less. You're going to get less miles. That's what they do. No corporation, no business will take less money. They will put it on the little guy or the little woman. That's what they're going to do. They're going to put it on the one truck, one man show. That's what they're going to do. That's what cowards do, right? They don't absorb anything. They just want a 10th Ferrari for themselves. Well, I hope that people think differently. Think about your countrymen. Think about your countrywoman. You know what I mean? Like let's do this. Let's do it like they did in the late 1700s. You know, we dumped a bunch of tea out in Boston Harbor over a 2% tax without representation. And now we're getting taxed up to 40% and we do nothing. We just doom scroll, myself included. Shame on me, you know? So that's why we got involved about a year ago, because enough is enough. So I doom scroll less, do research, get involved, do lives, go places, and do things with the time I have left on the planet Earth, because these things matter. Helping each other matters. It's important. And you know what? It makes you feel really good too. I know that sounds really cliche, but it does. What we need is not these phones. What we need is each other, having conversations with each other. So I'll let you all go to bed. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you guys. We really love you guys. You are a family here. Don't ever forget that. Keep the shiny side up and the dirty side down. And remember, a truck driver is supposed to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. And on my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country and to obey the truck law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verses 13 through 14 says, be on your guard, stand still in the faith, be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. Until the next time, you guys are awesome. You're great. Thank you so much for your very, very valuable time here with us. We really do appreciate it. We appreciate everything that you've done for us, and it's for you too. It's you're giving back to yourself. You are, because we are genuine truck drivers. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the live tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific. Later.